Ready, guys? Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Week 7 of high school football here in the state of Louisiana. It's getting closer. Playoff time just around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. Another great week of high school football here. It's gonna be another great show here. Wednesday night edition. 4 of us tonight getting to talk some high school football. We are live from Gary Swallow's Taekwondo Martial Arts building here in Opelousas, Louisiana. Happy homecoming week, Chris. Go Tigers, big dog.
Yeah, man.
Hey, good to see everyone in the chat tonight. I already see a couple of familiar faces in the comment section. So welcome aboard. Hit the like, hit the share. It's gonna be one of those weeks. It's Friday the 13th this week. What's in store when those teams meet up this coming week? I mean, you're going to have better weather for the first time. I mean, the hydration timeouts are done. It's going to be cool weather. Could field conditions be a factor this week? A lot of places took a lot of rain today, so we'll see tomorrow and Friday. Could that come into play? Could that be a way for many upsets this coming week? I mean, it is Friday the 13th. We are in October, so keep that in mind. It's rivalry week across the state of Louisiana. It's homecoming week across the state of Louisiana. Teams are trying to gear up for district championships as we get ready for a great end to the season. Who's going to lock up those buys? Who's going to lock up those first round playoff games? And who's going to make the next headline of the week? Because we got some good ones. We got some things to talk about. We're going to talk top 5 like we did last week. Chris is here. He gets to put his 2 cents in this week.
That's right.
Hey, top 10 headlines. We got some good ones. We're going to talk a little high school football. I got some stuff I would like to ask the panel. I want the panel to answer for me in a little bit. I mean, we got game picks like always. You're here tonight. You want to see if we picked your favorites. You want to see what is the panel thinking. What's the crazy upset this week that Gary's going to go wow on. So, hey, show number 64 to climb to 100 is well underway. Chris, 21 unbeatens remain as we go into week 7. Big thing here, Gary Swallow, 44th different stadium. We're going to have the pleasure to call a football game from this coming Friday as we go take on Gardner Memorial Stadium in Crowley, Louisiana. And Mr. Holden, this will be our 79th different football team that we have come along these last 5 years. So what a journey it has been. What an awesome panel we have tonight. What an awesome fan base we have in the chat. Let's turn things over, ladies and gentlemen. It's homecoming week. The man is on the table tonight. He's going to talk a little Tiger football for us because it's going to be another big homecoming week here. And you hate to see who has to play OHS when it's homecoming week. Chris, check in, my friend.
Yeah, man. We got Livonia this week. Homecoming over here down at Gardner Stadium for the Tigers. Parade be tomorrow.
Okay.
And I mean, tailgating pretty much all day. So
Absolutely. Ain't nobody working on Friday here in Opelousas.
I mean, they've been knowing about homecoming since January. So if they working on Friday, sorry for them. You know, a lot of everybody gonna be togetherness and people coming from out of state and people getting tailgate spots and it's filling up pretty fast.
Yes, sir.
Already we got about 13 spots left.
And y'all sell about 150 spots if I'm not mistaken.
Right,
wow.
right.
What a homecoming.
Including the baseball field.
Right.
So and if anybody's listening or watching, you can head to the school and get your wristbands to enter the game. I think OPD is fencing in the perimeters of the things.
Sure. Yeah,
so
probably.
you have to have a wristband to get on the tailgating spot. So other than that, hopefully the Tigers pull it off against Livonia High.
And we look at this OHS football team, Chris, 6 straight road games. How good is it going to feel for that coaching staff, that community, in those players in that locker room to finally get back home.
Man, I really think it's the community is ready to see the ones that didn't travel, and even our the 6 games we was on the road, we still had a good crowd. Last week we did in New Iberia. Week 1 in Turlins, crowd the visitor side was packed.
Hey, last week when we covered y'all against Nish, it was a good crowd that showed up.
Even at Lake Charles
Thursday night.
Yeah, even at St. Amant, Natchitoches, we had a good little crowd in Natchitoches. So it's good to be back home on our home turf, and give the ones that couldn't travel a show, and see what it does.
Absolutely, my friend. Gary, we shift gears to week 7, my friend. You said it before we went on air. It's going too damn fast.
It is.
And we look at this. Contenders are starting to emerge. We're going to talk about it. And we talked about Friday the 13th upsets. It could happen this week. The recap show might be bonkers when we sit down on Friday night. Holden, we look at this week. This is your off week, so you get to go watch a little high school football. What's most intriguing through 6 weeks as you head into week 7? I know you like that Holy Cross team.
Yeah, a lot of surprise teams this year that I wasn't expecting, like Holy Cross, Bunkie, just to name a few teams that I wasn't expecting to be undefeated at this point.
Yeah. Hey, we look at this matchups this week that we're covering. Basile Oberlin tomorrow night, Thursday, and then Crowley and Abbeville Friday. We look at those records from these last 5 years. Basile now has a 10-4 record from when we've covered them. They got a big win last week, added to their total. Oberlin comes in with a 1-2 record, looking for their second win when we covered those guys. Abbeville, how about a 7-2 record, my friend?
Right.
Hey, they don't lose much when we come around to cover those guys. So we'll see if they can get sweet number 8 this week. And like we said earlier, Crowley makes number 79 on the different teams.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's exciting to go watch new places and watch new teams, just to get a different taste of what's going on around the state.
Yes,
It's
indeed,
awesome.
my friend. Hey, if you would like to follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, give us a follow, give us a like on those platforms. We greatly appreciate everyone that has been on board from the beginning, and we love the support that we have gotten from new people here recently. So follow us on those pages there. You can see it on each page. Under the Lights, just type it in on Facebook, UTL Sports 4 on Twitter, and Instagram, type in Under the Lights 4. Thank you so much for all the love and support from each and every one of you. Chris, Gary, Holden, let's talk state stat leaders, courtesy of Go Preps, as we go into this week 7. We start out with passing. We were high on Ben Taylor, Holden, last week, and last week Captain Shreve team went in and shut the door on those guys, but still the state leading pass in quarterback this week from Airline High School, Mr. Ben Taylor, comes in with 149 passes completed out of 210 attempts, 2,136 yards, 28 TDs, and 5 INTs. Congratulations, Ben Taylor, having a sensational year this year, leading the state in passing.
His touchdown interception ratio is good.
Oh, most definitely.
He was
only 5 picks.
He wasn't the problem against Captain Shreve. I think they had a few fumbles. My buddy was telling me he was at the game, and special teams. I think they had like a few muffed punts.
Okay.
Little here.
Well, who you got in that top 10 from around this area that's surprising you right now?
The kid from Carencro.
Carencro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to say Carencro is a downhill running team.
Yes, sir.
They slinging it.
Yeah.
They slinging it.
Where he sits at in the rankings going into this week?
Number 2.
Number 2,
Yeah.
Carencro. The amount of points they put up
I
these
say
last few
the
weeks.
kid from Cecilia.
Where's he sitting at? Is he in the top 10?
I don't know if
He might be
he's
rushing.
more of a dual threat quarterback, but that kid's good.
Yeah, he's a good all-around quarterback. In other words, if the pass is there, he'll throw it. If
What's
it's
his
not there,
name?
he's going to
Chance something, right?
We'll see him next week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mr. Diesel next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Hey, rushing leader going into week 7. Congratulations, Kevon Johnson of St. Ed's. 154 attempts on the year, 1,343 yards, 20 TDs. Hey, the season is going to get a little bit tougher moving forward. Will he still be the state leading rusher at the end of these next 4 weeks? Very possible. But you got some horses up north. Right there on his tail is that running back from Union Parish, Mr. Chris.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a good one, man. I think I stated this last year when we were doing the show that Trey Hollis' backup is going to be tough next year.
Yes,
So,
sir.
and then in the race, I'm looking at it. Kevon's up by maybe, give or take, 150 yards. But within that range, you got 11 players over 1,000 yards.
Right. Yeah.
And he had 1345. So,
So
it can go any way.
yeah, will depend on matchups the rest of the way for
Right.
those yards. Receiving. How about big evangel, Mr. Gary Swallow? Parker Fulgham has 40 receptions on the season, 808 yards, and 8 TDs.
The E is back.
Well, they have a chance to prove it
Yeah.
this week. They got a huge matchup.
Right.
And if you are back, go prove it this week. Chris, who's in that running there from around our area?
Let me see here. Well, if you want to call it Westlake from our area, Iota.
Iota got a guy?
Yeah, he's number 10. He got 564. Iota, Calico New Iberia receiver.
Okay.
He has 552. Karen Crow has one that's number 13.
Okay.
So it look like they are slinging that ball, man.
I'm going to get to all the chats as soon as I'm done with this next topic. Fellas, let's shift gears and go into some of these rankings real quick. Teams that are on the bubble these next 4 weeks, I want to know, I'm going to name these lists of teams around our area. Can they sneak into the playoffs? It's going to be up to you 3, okay? We go with Division 4 on the bubble. And the select side, Hamilton Christian sits at 26. Can they sneak in, yes or no?
No.
No.
No? We're across the
No,
okay?
I
No.
don't think so.
Division 3, nobody close to us locally in that bubble watch. Division 2, we have Washington Marion sitting at number 28. Can they sneak into that top 24?
No.
I don't think
No?
so, man.
Nah, they got a tough
Yeah,
district.
their district's a little too tough. for that.
Eunice, they still, I don't think they played Eunice yet.
This week.
This week. This
Huh,
coming week,
yeah.
I think.
Yes.
So we'll see.
They got rain. They didn't play rain yet.
Yes.
All right.
Division 1 select, Como sits at 29. Could a win or 2 get them into that top 24?
No.
I don't
Two-
see that
two,
having
four.
too tough of a district. I mean,
Yes.
come on. I mean,
Everything else is district. They never even faced Karen Crow yet, huh?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Man, it's
All
they're
that
just-
district is tough.
They're just in a district that is killer, and I don't see them. And I hate to say this way, but I don't see them winning. Maybe 1 game or 2. But I'll be honest with you, man. I don't think it's going to be more than that.
So 3 teams there listed on the select side. We don't think all 3 get in. So we'll keep an eye out on those bubble teams in that select side. Non-select. We look at this format here. I got 2 of them sitting in the Division 4 right now. Remember, top 28 gets in. Maryville sits at 33 and Delcom sits at 35. Could we see one of those 2 get in? Both get in, 1 gets in, or none get in?
None.
I don't think any. I think they're too far
Too
down.
far out? Okay. Division 3 non-select, Port Barry sits at 35. Could 3 wins of the next 4 get them in?
Who they have left?
No.
They got Ville Platte this week, Basile next week, Iota is Iota, and then they got Pine Prairie last week.
Reason
Can
why
3 of the 4 get them in?
2-2.
I say no
I
because
say they can go 2-2.
I say no
but that's
because
not
of
gonna
the-
be-
2 and 2 won't get them in.
won't get them in.
Can 3
If-
of the
if-
next 4 get them in?
If they
for
win
them to
3,
get in, they have to beat Iota.
Oof.
No,
I don't think that's
Yeah,
they're not
possible.
going to be out.
you're
they
not-
Have to, they have to beat Basil.
But you're
There's some PowerPoints here.
Yeah.
Right,
But
they have to
the
beat
other
Basil.
3
Yeah.
won't give you none.
it's not going
Yeah.
to give you anything at
I'll
all.
be honest with you. I think they're just
Just on the outs.
outside looking in. I don't think.
They have to beat Basil, and they have to beat Ville Platte, and they can beat Pine Prairie.
So 3 of the next
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
I
We'll see.
still don't think that's what the
Probably
PowerPoints
still
are going
won't
to be.
It still probably won't be enough.
That's
for
why I
them to
say-
get in.
Somewhere around 29,
That's what I
30.
said. I
If
don't
they
thi-
would upset Iota for some reason, which I don't think they can.
No, but that's why I said
but
that's
that
the
would be
only way they
way
get
that I
in.
think they can get in
4 and 4. 4 for 4 is a lock. 3 out of 4 on the
on
verge.
the outside. I
Yeah.
think it's on the outside looking in.
Depends on who does what in front of them too.
Okay. Division 2 non-select. Here's some big hitters here. St. Martinville, North Vermilion, Church Point are all on the bubble watch as we hit these next 4 weeks. I mean, we
And
could
the
go
only-
into next week and it could all change. They can all be back in the formula.
And-
But right now, Chris, St. Martinville sits at 29, North Vermilion sits at 30, and Church Point sits at 32. Top 28 gets in.
And they're
I
only
mean,
taking 28, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
only taking 28.
St. Martinville's remaining schedule is this week Crowley.
no.
No. I'm
They
sorry.
got St.
ERAD.
Charles this week.
I'm looking at the wrong schedule. I'm sorry. They have St. Charles,
PowerPoint.
still a loss.
Yes.
Kaplan, Abbeville, and Crowley.
That's gonna be tough, man.
They got to win out.
Well, they ain't gonna win this week.
No, they got to at least win 2.
Who?
They got to go 2 and 2.
We're looking at
They can
St.
beat.
Martinville.
They can beat Crowley, but Crowley don't have any wins. It's not going to help them.
You want to make it in the playoffs? They beat St. Charles and they in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
you look what Turlings and Abbeville ran through. So, and also St. Charles beat Lutcher. So, how scary is those
Right.
guys? St. Martinville, 2 or 3 wins gets them in. I think so.
3.
3 yes, 2 no.
Yeah.
3 yes, 2 no.
Yeah.
Okay. North Vermilion sitting at 30. You got their schedule. I mean, they still got to play those big dogs in that SEC West district.
Yeah.
They not. I don't see it.
I don't see it.
No, they
A
got.
quarterfinal team a year ago now sits on the bubble watch game.
Yeah, they got
that's
Northside
crazy.
this week, and no, that's not. They have Northside. North Vermilion. They have Westgate this week.
Who? I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't know what the injury report is over there.
But that's still Westgate.
Yes.
And they got Northside next week, and they could easily go not even win a game the rest of the season. They have Northside this week and Lafayette Christian and Turtles.
So we're not feeling,
Oh, jeez.
we're not feeling good about those first 2.
No.
Are we feeling good about Church Point? If Church Point can beat a Northwest and beat an Iota, can they get in?
They can.
Yeah, if they beat those
if they
two
beat
teams.
them. If they
If
beat
they
'em.
beat, they beat Iota and Church Point, yes.
No,
But
I mean Church Point.
If they beat Iota and
if they
Northwest.
beat Iota and Northwest,
They can get
they
in.
can get in with the PowerPoints. I think they can.
And they got Kaplan.
They
Yeah,
got
they got
Kaplan in
Kaplan
their
too.
9-district slate.
Yeah.
So it takes 2, in my opinion, to get in.
And where they stand at now?
32.
I don't
4 spots away.
Depends on what happens ahead of them.
It's
The
possible.
Yeah.
determining factor going to be this week against Northwest.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
It's
possible.
kind of your playoff season is on the line this week.
Yeah.
pretty much,
Okay.
yes.
And Ville Platte is
I like
a
that.
win. Ville Platte is a win. Kaplan, and then they got Kaplan and,
Toss up.
Yeah.
and Iota. So it's going to be tough to see a team that was 10-0 last year.
Yeah. They can, man, it's like the closer it gets to the end, man, all these games are tough.
Whew.
They got some schedules coming up that's
Right.
like, wow.
Yes, indeed, my friend.
Right.
So that is a bubble watch. We'll keep a close eye on it because we are in week 7, ladies
Right.
and gentlemen, and you have to start looking at these rankings. You have to start putting together your field of what you think's going to be in, who's going to lock up those buys, who's going to lock up those first round playoff matchups, because it's just fun
And
when you
they'll-
get to this time period.
And they only taking the top 28, right?
Top 28,
Correct. Top
top
28.
24. So look at those, and you can find all those matchups, all those guys on Go Preps.
So wait, they taking 24?
On
On
select.
On
Yeah,
select.
right. So yeah,
They said
but they're taking 28, but 4 of them have as a bye.
yes.
Yes, correct.
28, 4 get a bye. 24, 8 get a bye.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Rose Pine, I think they're 2-4 out of the hunt
Right.
to get in.
Mm-hmm.
They would have to win out, in my opinion, to sneak in. Hey, let's go look at number 1 ranked teams going into week 7. Division 4 select this week undefeated 5-0 belongs to St. Mary's. We'll see. I mean, I think they got some heavy hitters below them that probably should be in that number 1 spot, but this week it's St. Mary's.
Mhm.
Division 3 Calvary Baptist 6-0, rightfully so. But you still got guys like St. Charles
Mm-hmm.
in their rear view mirror right now.
Right.
Yeah,
So keep
you're
an eye
right.
out on those guys. St. Thomas More 6-0. They have not left the number 1 spot since they've had that ranking at the beginning of the year. So
Right.
Cougars, until you beat them, they ain't going nowhere.
That's right. I think that's just the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Division 1 6-0. How about Holy Cross, Holden? Number 1 ranked team this week in select.
Rightfully so.
You like that Holy Cross team right now, Chris?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they playing some good ball until they meet Carr.
Yeah. Till they meet Carr.
There we go.
It's just, was it last week? After they beat John Curtis, people told us they still had John Curtis ahead of Holy Cross.
Yeah, I saw that
I
in the
couldn't believe
rankings.
that. I saw that. That was
And then
just,
you go ahead and beat St. Aug, who I think is a better team than John Curtis. And
Old State.
That's a bad.
dude, St. Aug is really good this year, and they beat him by what, like 2 touchdowns or
About
so?
30.
Yeah.
Yeah, by 30.
Curtis lost back to back.
Yes,
That,
I'll
that
talk
was,
about it. I'm going to talk about
that
it.
was strange in itself, you know.
I'll talk about it. Got them Holy Cross boys. Even Sam Bacon's not barbecuing this week. My man's sitting under the patio listening to Under the Lights tonight.
Go ahead,
Hello,
Sam.
somebody.
I feel like it's the first time I've seen them like all year.
Well, let's look at Sam's division. How about that?
Yeah.
Division 4 non-select coming in 5-1 on the season. How about the Roos, ladies and gentlemen?
Kentwood.
Number 1 ranked team this week. Division 3 6-0. How about the Giants, ladies and gentlemen? Gina. That's a good football team, Chris.
Yeah.
That's going to be scary in the playoffs, having to play against Gina.
Man,
Gina is tough, man.
Kim was good, but I would have Gina the way they're playing right now at 1.
That is a
It's
different
a
division.
Oh, I thought you was in the same one.
No,
My
sir.
bad, my bad.
Division 2. Now we go into your division, Chris. I'm not sure about this one. 5-1 on the year. West Feliciana, number 1 ranked team this week. Going into week 7. I mean, you get a big win over undefeated team last week. Are they the number 1 ranked team in the year? In the state? We'll
Who?
have to see. West Feliciana.
Yeah. Well, in the whole overall division?
Yes.
Nah.
I don't know, man.
In that division overall?
Division 2, they're ranked number 1 in the state right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
But I think they got some heavy hitters below them right now
Yeah.
that could be in that 1 spot.
Oh, yeah. North DeSoto.
Lutcher's
Lutcher.
still in there.
Yeah.
I'm looking at West
Yeah,
Feliciana.
I think the Ritter gets in.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Yeah,
West
the Ritter
Feliciana.
has a good shot.
West
There is a good
Feliciana's
team.
schedule. They got 4-1 Brewley this week, 2-4 Bel Air next week, 1-5 Broadmoor, and then Plaquemine is 4-2. So that'll be on a tough test towards the end of the season, the
Yeah.
last game. So they should be at the 1 and 2 spot, depending on
Somebody said, where's Bunkie ranked in that Division 2 or Division 2 select bracket?
Division 2. So
Or Division 3 select bracket?
Division. Let's see.
I think Bunky's going to be up there. Bunky's good.
They're in the middle.
Bunky's good.
They're somewhere in the top 10.
They 2A, right?
They're in the select Division 2 maybe?
Oh, select.
Yes, sir. And number 1 ranked team in Division 1, non-select with 6-0 record is Ruston. Big Ruston, ladies and gentlemen.
They're number 8.
Number 8,
Mm-hmm.
Bunky sits at number 8 this week.
Oh, they're definitely going to get in the playoffs. It's
I
just
mean,
a
they
matter
got a mega
no
game
matter-
next week.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
could boost them into a first round bye.
How you said they both eligible.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
We will learn more about Bunky after that Gina game next week. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Highest ranked locals. Vermilion Catholic in Division 4 sits at 3. Catholic New Iberia in Division 3 sits at 7. St. Thomas More, obviously number 1 in Division 2. Karen Crow sits at number 3 in Division 1. That's your select side. That's our highest ranked locals because we're based in Opelousas, Louisiana.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Non-select, your highest ranked locals, Jeanerette sits at 2. Kinder in Division 3 sits at 8. OHS in Division 2 sits at 9. And Southside in Division 1 sits at 7. That is your look at your locals in select and non-select of who's our highest ranked. So some good teams there.
Right.
That's definitely in contention.
Westgate at 14.
Right.
UTL top 5 small and large schools this week. Let's see if there's any shift of changes. Remember, this is no particular order. We're not ranking them 1 through 5 here. We're just listing our top 5, okay? Large schools coming into week 7. St. Thomas More, Etna Carr, Destrehan, Holy Cross, and Karen Crow. That's my top 5. Chris, like it, love it, hate it.
In between.
In between?
Yeah.
Who's on the outs right now that needs to be in?
That's just locals, right?
Yeah.
No, this
No,
is
that's the whole
statewide.
state.
Statewide?
Yeah, that's the whole state.
Big schools.
Who deserves to be in that top 5 right there?
Carr.
I got him in
Yeah,
there.
we got him in there.
Okay. Ruston.
Rustin has
Yeah.
a good point there. Zachary's got a good point
Yeah.
to be in there.
Ruston, Zachary. I'm missing a school. You said Holy Cross, right?
Yes.
Uh,
I asked the Karen Crow.
Karen
They
Crow.
proved me
Yeah,
wrong.
Karen
Yeah.
Crow.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
St. Thomas More, obviously.
Yeah, STM. Yeah. And I would say Turlings.
You like Turlings?
I like Turlings.
Okay. And small. This goes by 1A, 2A, 3A,
Mhm.
4A, 5A, not by the divisions.
Right.
Right. So we're going with not if you're a 3A team playing in a 4A bracket. We're going by
Right.
what are you classification wise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In other words, what you
So
are now.
if you're 1A, 2A, 3A, you're classifying a smaller bracket here on our top 5, and if you're 4A, 5A, you're in our larger.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller schools: Ouachita Christian, Calvary Baptist,
Mm-hmm.
St. Charles, E.D. White,
Mm-hmm.
and Southern Lab
Ooh, that's some good ones.
is the top 5 this week.
I would throw Gina in now.
Gina,
Yeah.
hey, I thought next week would decide Gina Bunky who deserves to be in that top 5. I was kind of waiting for that game right there.
Yeah.
I'd put ULab in over Southern.
ULab over Southern Lab, good,
Yeah.
good pick.
Oh, and Ouachita Christian.
I got
he got them.
both of them.
That's probably the best team in the state.
Yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
good choice, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's just a little top 5, just to
Right.
fool
Yes.
around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Piss people off.
Yeah.
We do that good.
Right.
Top 10 headlines of the week. I want to hear y'all thoughts on them, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this is just pulling from around the state. We put together a top 10 headlines of the week. Avoyelles head coach Corey Bannister picks up career win number 1 after an upset win over Oakdale. I thought that was a huge headline that should have been a notice on the show this week. Congratulations.
Congrats, coach.
Yeah, that's a great job.
Another coach, Coach Marcus Scott of Destrehan, picks up career win number 100 after defeating Central Lafourche last week. What a run there.
I like
for
to know
Coach.
his head record because he seems like he's undefeated.
He's
every year.
undefeated right now this year.
Right.
He's got the longest win streak.
Got the longest win streak, yes. Last
Like
year
I
and
said,
this year.
they literally win almost 10 games every year.
Yeah.
So I like to know what his record is.
And he's putting a lot of kids in college.
Right. Oh, most definitely, man.
That
Destrehan, you know, let me tell you something. And we talked about this last year. We talked about that is the quietest undefeated team in the state. Nobody talks about them. We didn't talk about them much last year. It was just like, but they're still undefeated.
Right.
They go and they win a state championship.
It's one of those
Could win it
teams.
again.
Could win it
Yeah.
again.
It's
You're
one of those
right.
teams. They got athletes,
I like
but
St.
it's like
James over Patterson. Y'all agree?
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like they got
By a
Yeah.
lot.
they got
I think so,
they
too.
just play together over there. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
Captain Shreve and Airline met last week. How about Captain Shreve's 60 points is now a school record that stood since 1970 at 55 points. New record of points scored in a game after last week.
How many years?
1970.
Dang.
Got you, Jory. Luke Braden
Yeah,
said.
Braden got it. Yeah. He was the head coach at John Ehret. That was probably back when John Ehret was
John Eric.
when John Ehret was so good.
Hey, you want a headline? Here's one for you. Vornado beats West St. John in a rescheduled game this past Monday, 22-20, due to no lights at the stadium on Friday.
Wow.
On a Monday.
Yes, it ended on Monday.
Changed it on a Monday.
High school
That's it.
football on a Monday.
Couldn't play.
Come back on a Saturday, right?
Couldn't play on Saturday.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm thinking, my friend.
Bring it, Braden. Bring it.
After a win on Friday,
Bring it on.
Coach Cook of Notre Dame is now 5 wins away from 400 career wins.
Right.
You got Coach's book somewhere over there or wherever it is located, but what a story.
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember Coach Daughtry telling me about Coach Cook and how great of a person he is. Not just a coach, but
You know, I've met the man only once or twice, and this, that, and that. Always very humble, always eager to talk, very gracious, but he's been successful everywhere he went, whether it's public school, whether it's Notre Dame.
Right.
He's been very successful, and that just shows the character of the man and how he can relate to his kids. You know, and that's what we need, is to have, somebody like that as an example, especially in this day and age.
Right.
You know, you got to have positive role models all the way.
Right.
400 career wins, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
West Feliciana wins on a blocked kick after a 14-point comeback win over undefeated St. Michael's a week ago. Was down 13-0 in the fourth quarter, came back, blocked a kick on the final play of the game.
It was a good game.
That was unbelievable. But that just proves that you can't take your foot off the gas. You got to keep it going. If you slow down a little bit, they can come back and get you.
Right.
Eldrick Murray of Marksville breaks the school game receptions record held by former LSU and Atlanta Falcons great Chad Lavalius, which had 11. The new record now sits at 13 receptions. So congratulations to that young man in Marksville.
So he broke the what record?
The receptions record.
And
in
Chad
the game.
Lavalley went to LSU and played D tackle.
Or something like
He
that.
was an athlete.
Levelly.
Played for the Falcons also.
Yeah, he played for the Falcons. Yeah, I remember that. I'm just saying though, you get recruited to go play D tackle, but you was a receiver in high school.
Mr. Bryson, I actually have that question wrote down here as we're coming up next. Bunkies off to their best start since 2003. What a job Coach Hillman is doing at Bunkie.
Great group of kids.
2003, ladies and gentlemen.
To say the program was in shambles just a year or so ago.
Right. It's unbelievable.
Holy Cross off to a 6-0 start for the first time since 2013. Keep that in mind. What a season they're having over there. One more for you, ladies and gentlemen. It belongs to Oak Grove. A statement win last week over Haynesville after quarterback Jackson Bradley had a 7-touchdown night.
Man, that was a wow,
Yeah,
man.
that was a big wow.
Yeah.
7 touchdowns. Come on, that's
Against a Haynesville.
that's just amazing. That's just amazing.
It's not about he scored 7 touchdowns. It's about who he did it against.
Yeah, that's the big picture. It's like he went against that defense and did that.
Right.
Oh my God.
Hey, let's talk a little football talk real quick,
Let's go.
okay? So I need all three of y'all to dive in with me, okay?
Let's do it.
I got 9 questions for you.
All
All
right.
right,
Number 1, Karen Crow. We start with the Bears.
the Bears.
2023 season right now, Boy, they're off to a heck of a start. What are they doing points-wise is remarkable. Now we look at this offense and we go in comparison. 2020 state championship team, where are we there? Could we see the Bears back in the dome? The comparison, you got to come out. Everybody compares this LSU football team's offense to 2019. So let's talk about the Bears and see where we are if they can make a run for the state title because of the points they're putting out week in and week out. 2020 was special.
I think they have a better quarterback than they did when they won the championship. If their run game stay consistent and they run game
Stay healthy.
yeah.
That happened. Remember that happened whenever they lost their quarterback, and they had such a great year, and then all of a sudden they lose their quarterback, and they
Right.
Okay.
But
Gary?
they found out a way to win.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Gary?
I think they can. I think they can, and I think they have a good shot. But like we were talking, I said they have to stay healthy, and they have to.
It's going to be a lot tougher this go
they
round.
got
now that they're in Division I select.
correct.
Right.
Now that they got to go through district, and then guess what? They're in the teams in that district, that division. It's like you said, it's a gauntlet.
Right.
Holden? Karen Crow 2020, Karen Crow 2023. Where are we?
They won in 2020.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Over at
Kobe,
the car.
Yeah.
Over your team.
I can't compare that because we're not in the playoffs yet. But
Still too early to compare.
Let's have this
I mean, that's
revisit that
you can't.
Week 11?
It's hard to.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to compare a state
Once the brackets
champion,
come out.
Right,
state
exactly.
championship
Once you
team
do that.
to a team that we're not even in the playoffs yet.
Right.
But yes,
can
yes.
they get to the dome
It's-
like they did in 2020? Is the team similar? Is what I'm getting at.
They have the potential.
Honestly, I think they're probably, like you said, to me they have a better quarterback now.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I think they got honestly, I think they're probably a little better.
Okay.
Right.
It's hard to say that.
But
Next
it
question
is,
for
but-
y'all.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Next question for y'all. John Curtis. Let's go that route.
Mhm.
We go from Acadiana area to New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
JT Curtis is 4 wins away. He could break the all-time winning streak record against Edna Carr Week 10. Here's what I got to say. Will he break it this year? Here's his final 4 games. Acadiana this week. St. Aug next week. Brother Martin the following, and Edna Carr week 4. And don't forget, you very well could be one and done in that Division I playoffs. So could he break it in 4 games is the question. Or could he break it at all this year? Will we have to wait till 2024?
They sitting at numbers. I saw 6 or 8 right now.
Okay.
They're not gonna get a bye.
Okay.
So
Top 8 get a bye in that division.
it's still too early with that.
yeah.
I'm gonna be real. It's possible they finish 1-3 these next 4 games.
Right.
Right, I agree with that. I mean,
very-
they may go over.
And-
I don't
I'm-
think they
I'm-
will. I think they win at least 1 or 2.
I think
They can
But-
split,
but-
or they can win all 4.
right.
I'm-
I don't know.
It
If
can go
you-
either way
Yeah.
because every team you're playing
I'm giving him
has a
Brother
winning
Martin.
record and they're a powerhouse.
I'm giving him Brother Martin.
If you-
I think St. Aug is the
But
game.
if you go and it comes down to week 10 and the record's on the line against Edna Carr, my
Oh, Jesus.
God.
I mean, he's gonna get it this year. He's gonna get it this year. And
Good question. Good answer here. Ask the question after this week. If he beats Acadiana, he does. If he loses, then it will be tough with the playoffs.
yeah,
Right.
that's how I feel.
And I agree. I agree with Braden 100%.
Yeah, the playoffs is because of that division. The playoffs.
It's a good question,
Yeah.
though, ain't it?
Oh, it is.
Anybody can get popped first week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with that district, now they playing a tough.
Mm-hmm. That's a tough 4 games.
I say that's the either that's 1A, 1B. That
Yeah.
district there and the district LCA
Yeah.
and St. Thomas More. Man.
Yeah.
Right.
But he gets it.
It's definitely going to be a lot of
You
people.
think he can do it this year? Or maybe next year?
If he win 3 out of the next 4
Playoffs, he gets it.
playoffs, he gets.
So
Okay.
you don't think he gets it in these next 4?
I think he's gonna get popped.
I think he's going to lose at least 2 games. I'm going to tell you that straight up. That's just my personal opinion. Out of those 4 teams, I think he's going to lose 2.
Holden, what you think? He gets the next 4? You said 1 and 3, right?
Yeah.
You said 2 and 2. Chris?
I say 3 and 1.
So 3 out of the 4?
Yeah.
So wouldn't that be something if you go 1 and done in the playoffs after winning 3 and have to wait until the next year? God, would that make
he'll get him
headlines?
1.
Well, I mean, obviously, but they want to break it this year. You
Right.
got to
Yeah.
feel
And
it.
how many it'll be?
Troy says 3 out of 4.
He needs
Right.
4.
No, it'll be the total. How
Right.
many wins?
I'm not sure the total, but he'll be the all-time winningest coach in the nation.
Yeah.
But what great question.
But man, look at those teams.
Yeah.
Those teams that you got. Those are
Absolutely.
Powerhouse,
And you
man.
can't say because I'm out of home game. They all play on the neutral field in New Orleans.
pretty much.
Play at the Shrine now.
Yeah. They
The
really
Shrine
play
or the Shrine or the Tag Gorman or so.
And we'll see. We'll check it out at the recap show
Right.
if he's 3 away or if you have to go get it done in the playoffs.
Right.
Okay. Holy Cross contenders. Do we put them in the conversation for a title, or is it way too early to tell? I mean, these last 2 weeks have been remarkable. Those were huge wins. Do we put them in the conversation? Are they contenders?
Holy Cross not even, to me, Holy Cross is not even a lock to win the district.
Okay.
They still haven't faced Carr.
So if they play Carr competitive or they beat Carr, it locks it in for you?
No, not with that district.
No.
That's gonna be tough, man.
Because it can go either way this week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Tough matchup this week.
Right. So
Gary, what you think? Contenders or too early to tell?
I think it's too early. I'm just not comfortable saying
Holden?
something like that right
yeah,
now.
Too early, but they're on the right track.
you're right.
Yeah,
If
well,
there
I
was
agree
ever,
with you.
if there was ever a year, it's this year.
Right.
Would y'all agree?
They're on the right track, but it's too early to tell. They still got
Okay.
some tough games out
I
there.
said what they did to St. All, that was impressive.
I got a team for you right here. You said they might be the best team in the state of Louisiana. I think they're the best smaller school team in the state of Louisiana, Ouachita Christian. Listen to this. 6-0 Ouachita Christian will face 6-0 Harding Academy, 4A powerhouse out of Arkansas this week. They're the state runner-ups. Since 2019, Harding Academy is 57-4.
Wait, say that
They're
again?
gonna Harding Academy 4A powerhouse out of Arkansas, state runner-ups a year ago, are 57-4 since 2019. They're gonna meet halfway to play this game. You talk about Ouachita Christian, they don't care who they play, line them up. They'll play the best at any given moment. Is another thing to talk about this program. Now we talk about they go beat somebody like this. Do you put them in the conversation as the best in the state?
Yeah.
Well, didn't
Yeah.
they beat the team from Texas, correct?
This
Yeah,
would
they
be
did-
this would be another huge win.
Right.
Yeah, 54 and
57-4.
7 and 4.
I think personally Texas football is probably the best football in the nation when it comes to high school.
This 1A 4A right here.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, they got 100 kids on that sideline. But what they did to that team, a former for it,
Yeah.
that convinced me right there. I think they're gonna beat this team.
You think they can go knock off Harding Academy this week? Okay.
Yeah.
Gary, 7-0 All-Star Christian this week. Do they get their 7th win?
They have a good shot.
Man, what a
I-
matchup.
I'm not going to pick against them. I'll be honest with you. Right now, they're playing so good. I mean, I'm
And
not
we
picking against them.
don't know anything about this team from Arkansas.
Right.
But 57-4 since
Woo.
2019.
What they got on that sideline.
Right. So at the end of the day, if they pull it off, you gotta give them. I mean,
Hats off to the coaching staff. Go and play the big dogs.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. He's not afraid.
and he's getting his team prepared for the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, go represent the boot this weekend and go prove how legit and how elite you are year in and year out. And if you do lose this game, you're probably going to run the table and win the rest out.
Guys, think about it. That's a school in Monroe. There's a lot of talent in Monroe.
Oh,
Yes.
most definitely. Most definitely, buddy.
Okay, next question. Most impressive 0-2. Listen. They started out 0-2 for the season. Turnaround. most impressive 0-2 turnaround. I got 4 schools for you, and if anybody in the chat has anybody that I missed, go ahead and put it there. Catholic of Point-Coupee, Alexandria, Welsh, Opelousas Catholic, all 4 started 0-2 and have turned their seasons around, and those 4 teams have put themselves in a good spot moving forward. Talk to me about those 4. Who's the most impressive 0-2 turnaround?
I watched Opelousas Catholic play last week, and to say that, I mean, it was against Westminster, but they started 0-2. They played Oak Grove, was one of the losses,
Yes.
and
You had,
Menard.
you had Ascension Catholic and Southern Lab.
Yeah, so I mean, they improved. Like they had to get gelled. They had to get everything clicking, and from what I saw last week, between OC and Catholic of Point-Coupee, that's going to be determined in the district.
Okay.
St. Ed, they're going to be right there with them, but I think it can go either way. But from what I saw with OC last week, they can stop the ball, win that district, and they can score points.
Okay. So the most impressive
Yeah.
0-2 turnaround OC.
Yeah.
Gary, what you think? I mean,
And I could be a little biased. 'Cause they come out
Yeah. I
with-
mean, Alexandria, Gary, they played STM and Karen Crow to start out, and they have won a couple games here out, and they played Ruston close last week.
Right.
Are they the most impressive in your eyes, or are you like another team on this list?
No, I'm like Chris. I think Point-Coupee, Catholic of Point-Coupee, and OC are probably my 2 most impressive 0-2 teams that came out. But we're gonna find out which one's best because they're playing each other.
Yeah.
So
Good old
on that.
Thursday night football.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yes.
I think it's gonna be crazy.
tomorrow.
Yeah, they're playing tomorrow. Yeah.
Here, huh? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
At Opelousas Catholic. Okay. Good.
So I'd say those 2. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the other teams too, but I think those 2 are kind of like.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Good. Holden, most impressive 0-2 turnaround.
I'll just say everybody.
All 4?
Yeah.
Holden, short and sweet to the point. Okay.
That's just it. I ain't picking no one.
Most impressive start as a first-year coach. I got some names for you here, and you can put a top 3. You can put a top 1. It's up to you. Bunkie, Welsh, Catholic of Point-Coupee, Central of Baton Rouge,
Right.
Lafayette Christian Academy, West Feliciana, Jennings, Welsh, Church Point. Who's the most impressive start as a first-year coach? If you like to put a top 3, go for it.
I'm gonna go with Bunkie, Jennings. That's not even. You need to say it.
If you want to put OC in that category, you can. But it's most impressive start. This is all teams right here with winning records.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll with OC.
Okay.
I'm gonna be biased again.
Gary, I'm going to go Bunkie.
Mhm.
I'm going to go Central of Baton Rouge. David Seminoles turn that 5A program
I was
around
getting ready to
quick.
say that. I've got a little insight with that. I agree with you on that. Central.
Yes, and I mean, you could pick LCA, but they're already established.
Yeah.
And
You just fell into it.
yes,
Yeah.
Johnson.
I would have to go Welsh here. Welsh 0-2 start, turn it around. Give me a Greyhounds first year coach over there.
Right. I'll agree with that. But like I said, I think Bunkie, of course, Bunkie just shot out.
Absolutely.
You know, and then but Central of Baton Rouge, he went out there and he just, when you turn a 5A program around like that, I mean, it's just, hey.
And in a 5A program, it should be easy because you have a plethora of kids to pick from.
Right.
You had a school with population of 1,500.
Right. But
So
you still have to
you have to-
develop that mentality.
They have to buy in.
Have to buy into it.
Holden, you got anything here, or are you good?
Bunkie.
Okay. Most shocking start to the season record-wise. I'll give you some teams here. Most shocking start to the season record-wise. Mangum sits 2-4. Avoyle sits 1-5. Rose Pond sits 2-4. ERAF sits 1-5. St. Martinville sits 2-4. Church Point sits 3-3. Brobridge sits 2-4. North Vermilion sits 2-4. St. Aug sits 2-4. Bird sits 2-4. Hahnville sits 1-4. That is just a small list. Some heavy hitters. The last few years, we've seen some of these teams compete for titles, and now they're not even competing for district titles at this point. Give me your overall thought about most shocking start to the season record-wise. Who would it be?
To me, St. Martinville and Church Point.
Okay.
Well, you read in my mind. That's scary.
Well, I mean, we cover these
Right.
two schools a lot,
Right.
and we know what they have, and to have the same schedule you had last year.
Okay.
Right.
As far as Church Point, you went undefeated in the regular season,
Mhm.
and you don't have 2 wins now. Now that can go. It could any little thing could happen. You could missing 2 starters on your O line,
Right.
and your O line ain't right, or a coaching change, which Church Point did have a coaching change, and we knew Church Point was just coming downhill. Now they spread the ball around in the spread. In St. Martinville, same thing. Like it could be.
Right.
Your center was a senior last year, and he was the captain and making the call. So anything can happen. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the 2 teams.
Here's mine
Right.
before you go, Gary. You look at teams that came into this 2023 season with so much promise, so much hype. Brobridge and North Vermilion both coming off of quarterfinal appearances last year. The ceiling was high for both of those teams, and now they sit 2-4. And then Rose Pond, 3 years in a row making quarterfinal appearances, now sit 2-4.
Right.
That's a big downturn right there. And then I had to agree heavily on the St. Martinville thing right there.
Yeah.
Gary?
Right. I agree with you on that. Church Point, to me, is I'm kind of
They can
shocked
turn it
about,
around.
but they still have time.
They got some wins over the rest of the way.
Deville, St. Martinville. I mean, that's not normal seeing them lose like that. You brought up Rose Pond. I think that was a shock. I think Rose Pond 3
years in a row in the quarters, and now sitting 2-4.
And then Enoch said Bird. I mean, look at Bird. Bird was actually pretty,
2020, they were playing for a state title.
That's what I'm saying. It's just so any one of those teams is a shock, no matter what. But it's
Injuries.
Well,
You just never know.
You were looking at that. Injury woes have been a issue for a lot of those teams. That's what
Is that
Bryson
yours?
said.
Are you watching
so
baseball?
Same order.
you got to understand that. I mean, I think it's just you got to look at what's happening, what's going on. But man, it's just hard to say because injuries. I mean, one key injury could ruin it.
Tell Jake go crawl in the corner. Manny, I think Manny done turned it around. They're 3-2 right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can't put them in that
Yeah.
because they're sitting top 5 in the
mean,
state in rankings right now.
Right. You lost against a better Newman team.
Sam Houston. They
Yeah.
lost. I
You
can't think
you
of who
lost
else.
to Newman.
Or 4-3. I can't remember what their
Right.
record is, but I know they're top 5 in the rankings.
Right. I mean,
So-
a better Sam Houston team and a 5A school. So.
Shut up, Jake. Go somewhere. McCoy Services. That's what we got Braden for.
He's correct.
But no, the thing about it is that you have, and then like also we talked about it. He said Manny. I mean, there's a lot of teams out there that you
Right.
didn't think about. But you got Manny lost a coach.
Right.
There's a lot of
And there's a lot of things that can go into that. So I mean, there's so many things.
Church Point lost a coach.
Yeah, they
And-
did.
and
That's
it's- and the next coach want to come in. He want to run what he want to run.
right.
It's not
That's not what they're accustomed to.
right. Like Church Point, they coming downhill on. Them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Coach Poole, he want to spread the ball out and do some things. You know?
Right. It's true.
Next up, 21 unbeatens remain. I know we know the big time football programs in the state, okay? I know we know those that are undefeated, the STMs, the Desterhans, the Rustons, all those guys there, okay?
Yeah.
Here's my my take here. I want to know your thoughts on some of the others. Give me your thoughts on teams like the Arbonne Woods, East St. John, Gina, North Lake Christian, Pine, Santamont, St. Mary's, Bunkie. Some teams that are also in that undefeated picture that may not get that recognition as being one of the top teams in the state, but they're still 6-0. They're still 5-0. Talk to me about maybe those teams that are flying under the radar right now.
East St. John is the one. They in the same district with Destrehan. So I don't think they're gonna stay undefeated the rest of the season, but
Okay.
Will they give Destrehan a run?
I mean,
That's the key.
No.
they have athletes.
Yep.
They have athletes over there, and it all depends on the mind frame and game day.
Right.
Okay.
You know, if they playing in LaPlace, you know, I heard it get rowdy out there.
Yes,
Oh, it does.
indeed.
I've been there. I've been to a couple games.
Holden?
but Unbelievable.
Talk to me about this Pine football team that we just don't seem to know much about, but they have caught your eye here after last week.
Their defense looks pretty good. That's about it.
That's about all we
Yeah.
know. Okay.
And
Gary?
a lot of them teams was young last
Yeah.
year, so they were, you know, developing. They gel together. You know, they trusting each other. So you just never know.
Gary, the Arbonne Woods Charter went on the radio and said something mega yesterday or today. Did you hear about that story? They're undefeated right now.
I did not.
Okay, I'll let somebody break it to you in the chat then. I am not breaking it on the air. All right, final question for you guys. UTL bold statement of the week. Bold statement of the week. We start with you, Chris. Give me a bold statement.
From me or from?
We're going to get the whole panel here. Bold statement of the week. What is it? You want me to start?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
JT Curtis does not break the record this week, and Karen Crow wins the state championship. That's a bold statement.
Wow, that is a bold statement.
So Karen Crow got a.
You know what? I'll switch that. JT Curtis does not break the record, and St. Louis Catholic wins the state championship.
That's
Go-
a bold statement.
Go, Chris.
That's a bold one. 2 or 1.
It doesn't matter.
Appaloosa High won the state title.
Appaloosa
Yeah.
High wins the state title. Good one.
Let me rephrase it.
Go ahead.
Biased.
You knew that was coming.
UTL bold statement of the week. What is it?
Okay, I'm not gonna be biased.
Okay. Give me something that just that eye catching. Braden says Curtis loses early in the playoffs this season. Good.
And the car wins that district.
And the Core wins the district.
Mhm.
Okay. Catholic
They gonna
League
beat Holy
district
Cross.
champs. Okay. Gary,
Well,
bold statement.
I was gonna say something similar to what Braden said. I was gonna say basically my bold statement is I don't think Curtis breaks the record this year.
You copy off of me. Get your
No,
own,
I'm telling you.
material.
I think that
I think he does.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
say
he's
that.
going to break it this year. I think he's going to lose and get knocked out of the
And
playoffs early.
here's why I say that.
And
They not gonna get a bye in the first round.
Okay.
To me.
Well, top 8 get it, so he's flirting around it.
Yeah.
yeah,
And those
There,
other,
there goes another one. Turlings wins the state championship.
that's a good.
that's a good one.
That's
That's
a good one.
actually a good one.
We'll know tomorrow night for sure.
Yeah,
But I think he gets it. I don't think they get the bye because the other teams ahead of him are going to continue winning too.
right.
But I still think he goes 3-1,
Okay.
and the first round playoff game he'll get it.
Or he has the bye and loses in the second round.
I don't think he'll lose in the second round.
Gary, give me something else.
You may be playing a team from North Louisiana got to come all the way to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my point. That's
So
what I'm saying.
it's-
I don't.
Here we go. I mean, we got bold statements flying
Yeah.
off the radar here.
Well, yeah, and that's
Jake
that's
says
another one.
Evangel's back and they will go make a run for it.
I agree. I do agree with that.
I
agree.
watch those kids play.
Karen Crow goes to state. That's a bold statement in the
Yeah.
chat. Generate makes it to the quarterfinals.
Oh, no,
Holden, you got
that's
something? Bold statement, Mr. Holden. Fountain Blue makes the
wait.
playoffs.
I don't know. OHS loses to Cincinnati. Let me.
Good God.
Okay.
Holding on me tonight, y'all.
A
Y'all
first,
know.
a first-time state champion wins this season as a double-digit seed. See, that's some bold statements that I like here,
Yeah.
Derek.
That's actually pretty good.
I think we're gonna have a first
St.
time.
Louis does not win the district. St. James plays Union for the state title. They're flying off. Hold on, I gotta catch up. St. Ed's might go far this year. Okay, Turlings has been longing for a state title. It's
Hold on, I
overdue.
got some. Let me go look it up. I got some.
But I think we're going to see one, maybe two brand new state champions this year.
Mm-hmm.
One, maybe two.
Give me a second.
You're gonna have a lot of teams. I think that hasn't been.
But that's what I mean. When I say brand new, I mean first timers.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have about one or two first time.
I don't know if it's a bold statement, but Destrehan goes undefeated in the regular season again.
No, that's
And get
that's expected.
Yeah. And
something
take-
bold like
A
like
better
Destrehan loses
It's
in the first round,
It's
second round.
expected to go back-to-back years of undefeated seasons.
Yeah,
Ah, damn.
I mean,
you got the same schedule you had the previous year,
All right.
and you haven't lost anybody.
you said Washita Christian is the best team in the state of Louisiana over all them 5As. That's bold statement. You agreeing? You're going with that one. That's a great one.
Yeah. Especially if they go to Arkansas and
Yes.
If they
beat
do,
a full loss team since 2019.
But
Right.
they
Tell you
did,
what,
they
how
proved
about
it against Texas team.
Mr. T's Boudin is really good.
It is.
Bold statement.
Bold statement. That's right. And I wish I had something right now.
That's the thing. Though. They proved it against that Texas team.
Holden will get his head stuck in one of those helmets by the end of the season.
I already got my pick. Which one I'm putting on?
We find a small one for home.
It's a good game
That
tonight.
St. Louis helmet looked pretty small.
We got a sweep going.
Anything else before we shift gears here?
Nah, let's
Nah,
get
man,
it.
let's get it.
Let's go, boys. Hey, time to make some picks, ladies and gentlemen. I know this is your favorite time of the week. I know this is your favorite moment of the show.
And I know Miss Mindy's mad at me because I didn't call her and remind her that we were on.
Come on now.
Oh yeah, she done let me know. She sent me a text and then she
She
said hi.
set her alarm.
So she let me know.
But you can set her alarm 8:30 every Wednesday.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
right.
Hey, if you would like to follow along with the guys tonight, look no further. Leave your your picks in the chat. Maybe you'll surprise yourself and
Right.
be a little bit better than we've been here lately because we made some bad picks here lately.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, I got
that's-
not to cut you off. I have a.
Go for it. You got a bold statement?
Yeah.
I like bold
somebody
statements.
just said it in the chat. Braden Wilson will make an appearance.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful.
I
What
wish.
a
I'll
bold
be
statement.
ready for that. We will.
Braden Wilson
we
will
will even
make an
take
appearance
you
if
out
Holden
to
tries on
a
all
meal.
of the helmets.
Yeah, Kings, whatever. We'll go somewhere and eat.
Can't bring
My
him to Kings.
treats.
Get here
Well, that's
early.
You gotta
said.
bring him to the steakhouse.
Yeah.
If they're still open, but at that time.
Get here early. We go to Crawfish House.
And Crawfish House?
Yeah,
yes.
that's it. We'll go to Crawfish
Go to the
House, one of our
sponsors.
sponsors. Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Absolutely. Speaking of the Crawfish House, week 11, the bracket reveal show will be over
Yeah, over
there.
there, right.
I know you coming over that week, huh?
I'll make sure I'm here.
Yes,
We're gonna
indeed.
order one of everything on the menu.
All right.
You don't pay for it.
Week
Alex.
7, Thursday night football. Let's go, boys.
Let's do it.
All right. Speaking of winners, we've had a different winner the first 6 weeks. Chris back to defend his title. Holden was the winner last week, tied with Brendan. So we had a different winner
Right.
each week. You've won a week. I've won a week. We had a couple of guest pickers win a week.
Right.
Here we go. We start off with a huge district matchup Thursday night. Speed versus power. Lake Charles College Prep's offense versus St. Louis's defense. Driver's seat in that 3-3-8 district race could be a collision course down the road with Iowa if St. Louis gets past this week. Chris, it's a PowerPoints type of week for OHS down there, my friend. You look at this matchup. Lake Charles College Prep played a grueling schedule. They're 3-3. You look at St. Louis. They're 5-1. Only lost this season came over a team out of Texas and Viter. Big time district matchup. The Lou versus the Prep. Who wins this one?
I'm gonna go with Prep. I'm going with my heart on this one. You know, that's my family.
Yes, sir.
I texted him before we got on here, and he told me a few little things, but I'm gonna go with Prep. They battle tested.
Yeah, absolutely. Big, a heck of a schedule they played.
Yeah.
Gary,
St. Louis.
Who wins this football game?
St. Louis.
Why?
I think it's going to be close, but I think in the end being home field advantage, and they just know how to play at
Well, I
home.
mean, it's home field advantage for both of them. They play on the same field.
Well, whatever.
They play their games at Sulphur.
Yeah. Yeah.
St. Louis plays their home games
Oh,
at
okay.
Sulphur.
I thought they
Yeah.
still play at the same place.
Oh, no.
Prep playing. Okay.
Holden, who wins this game?
St. Louis by a lot.
By a lot?
That's the
Good
best
God.
team in Lake Charles.
He said by a
don't
lot,
know about
Chris.
that,
You
man.
looking for PowerPoints, aren't you?
Come on now.
I look at this matchup, like I said, speed versus power, defense versus offense. It's going to come down to St. Louis's offense having to make a play and put the game away in the fourth quarter. But give me Graham Monte and that nasty St. Louis defense. Relentless pursuit for a district title gets the win this week.
It's possible.
Y'all gotta stop me when I'm going with my heart, man.
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, my heart is breaking.
Okay. Hey, we got a 0-6 Mamu against 4-2 Oakdale this week. Gary, Oakdale tries to avoid a 3-game skid. They bounce back in a huge way this week. It's going to be a lot of points for the Warriors this week.
It's going to be ugly. In
Chris?
a good way.
I'm going with Oakdale.
Holden,
Oak.
Oakdale across the board. They get back into the win column this week.
Right.
Hey, another game here. Rain was humbled last week by Eunice. They went and spoiled homecoming. So now, how will Rain bounce back this week? I think they bounce back in a big way. I think they respond after the loss. I think the coaching staff's going to have his team ready to play. Give me the Wolves over Lagrange this week.
I think it's going to be ugly.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's gonna be.
It's going to be ugly.
All right,
This
we
one,
look at
I'm
this
kinda
next
tough
one.
with this one.
We look at this next one. 1-5 Avoyles at 3-3 Holy Savior Menard. Here's what I wrote down, Chris. 1-5 Avoyles might be favored in this matchup. Crazy to think. Crazy offense might pick up steam now that district play is here and the gauntlet of that non-district is over. Can Avoyles make it 2 in a row, or is it Holy Savior Menard at home this week?
I'm gonna roll with Menard.
Okay. Gary?
Oh, man, this is one of my. When I saw this, I was like, ugh. I like that offense, but I got to go with Menard.
Holden?
I like Avoyles this week.
Big dog picking the Mustangs.
That's where you lose it.
Holden,
Go look
I
at that
gotta
schedule.
agree with you here. I think the crazy offense can give Menard fits this week. I think they get their second win and they start to roll a little bit these coming weeks into district play. We'll see if they can win it here.
The Voyles lost to basically like 2 or 3 state champions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got blown outbound too.
Go look who your
Hey,
Holy
good old
Savior
split
played.
right here on
Yeah.
Thursday night for us. Good job. Westlake, Iowa. We talked about Iowa could be in that driver's seat, king seat, where they could welcome a Week 9 game for the district title, but a lot to play for these next few weeks. But they got Westlake coming into town. It's Cole Corbello and Josiah Bushnell for Iowa. What a duo for that Iowa football team. Here's what I wrote down. Only 13 points have been scored the last 3 weeks for Westlake, and they've been shut out twice. Iowa will score. Can Westlake keep up? I don't think so. I like Iowa at home. I like Iowa big.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Iowa
Yeah,
too.
Iowa too.
Y'all can jump in and give some great analysis here.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Don't let me hog the mic.
That's all right. You're doing a good job.
Holden,
You know who I'm gonna pick.
you trying to see that Week 9 district championship game, aren't you?
That's right.
Okay.
Them boys are not losing at home.
No, Holden did not pick Iowa for the football. Holden picked them because they fed him.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa fed him some good food that night, my friend. And shout out to the man in the chat right now, Mr. Andre Vest. Thank you for that. Basil Oberlin. I have no pick here, unfortunately. It's 4-2 Basil. It's 4-2 Oberlin. Thursday night football. Battle in the trenches. Oberlin has speed that could give Basil fits. It's a rivalry game. Driver's seat in the district race. Rankings. Positioning. It's a huge week for both teams. This is one of those games where it could go either way. Who wants it more? It's going to be a 4-quarter war. Who wins this football game, Chris?
I like Oberlin Hill, man.
Okay.
I'm with you. I think home field advantage is going to go to Oberlin, and these two teams play each other tough, but I think Oberlin's going to have the edge.
Okay. Holden?
I like Oberlin also.
Y'all set me up for a heartbreak on Friday night, huh?
You chose it.
No, I'm saying y'all setting me up to get ragged on the recap show Friday night.
Maybe.
That's 3 picking for Oberlin, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And I know Basil is in the chat about to call me after the show's over with.
They're gonna get us
You
in a
remember
lot of
last
trouble.
time we picked the Elton and Basil game, and everybody picked Elton except me, and it felt good.
Yeah.
Now it's I can't pick.
You can't pick.
I can't pick the game, and y'all all picked Oberlin, so we'll see. I'm still baiting on week 10, Chris.
Yeah.
I still want to see East Beauregard Basil for a district title, but Oberlin, that speed could give them fits. Yes, we did pick the Royals game, and I think we split it, right?
Yeah, we split it.
2 of us went Royals, 2 of us went Menard. Catholic of Point P. Opelousas Catholic. 3-3 Opelousas Catholic. 4-2 Catholic of Point P. Opelousas Catholic. They're tough. They're physical. They're hard-nosed kids. The quarterback's really good. They're surrounded by an elite receiving core. Catholic of Point P has eyes all over that district title. They're riding a 4-game win streak. They got confidence out of the roof. Driver's seat in that district race. This has been the matchup the last few years. It has been great football the last few years, and this district championship has been decided on this game. Who wins this football game on Thursday night?
This game, again, is being decided by the district title.
Right.
And
I agree.
every year it's just been these 2 teams.
Hey, you can't count out week 10.
Right.
St. Ed's gets the winner of it may be OC.
Yeah, but OC is rolling right now, man. And I'm gonna go with the home team with OC.
Garrett.
Man, this game here
Horn is riding a 4-game win streak.
is really tough for me because it seems like every year whenever they play, I mean, who has the advantage right now?
Something always happens.
I look at OC out of district play.
Right. Well, I mean, Point Capee, was 0-2, and then now they're 4-2. But man, I got it. I'm gonna just, as much as I don't know, because I'm just going by just looking at it, I'm gonna give the edge to OC at home.
OC has won that district title 2 years in a row,
Right.
trying to defend their crown. Gary picks OC. Holden.
Man, it's tough.
That's a tough pick
But-
right there.
And the years before that, Catholic won.
And Catholic
Right, yeah.
won it the
Previous.
years before that.
Are they still have all those injuries?
No, they're
No,
back healthy.
They're back. They're
Give me
pretty
Point
healthy.
Capee this week, y'all.
Point Capee on the
Wow.
road, knocking off the Vikings for Mr. Holden. I'm going to go Vikings at home in one of those defensive type of games here, Chris. You agree?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be a defensive war for sure. Now, this next one might not be much defense here. It might
It's
be a
gonna be
good old-fashioned shootout,
break the
or it
clock.
might be a good old-fashioned shutout. You heard me
Yeah.
right. It might be
Mhm.
in a shutout or a shootout. Give me the shutout route in this one. 5-1 Terrebonne at 6-0 Destrehan. Terrebonne got the LSU commit at receiver, Holden.
Yep.
Only loss this year came to 5-1 John F. Kennedy. The defending state champs have only allowed 32 points through 6 weeks. You heard that right.
32.
32 points through 6 weeks, and they're averaging 40 points per game. The Sleeping Giants are back. Destrehan rolls.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 All right, here we go.
This is the big one.
I hate this next game on a Thursday night. It's too damn good to be played on Thursday. Friday
Should be on
night.
Saturday.
This one should be on a Friday night lights or give us Saturday action.
Actually, yeah. That way we can watch the regular games and then go watch this one on Saturday.
I'm gonna flip a coin
Yeah.
tomorrow night.
5-1 LCA, 5-1 Turlings. Here's what I wrote down. Take the over.
Definitely.
You're right.
80 to 100 points combined tomorrow night between these two teams. It's the SEC West, another week at its best. Last season, this was a split series. LCA, you know how that game went. You know Turling shocked them on the road last year in dramatic fashion, and you know LCA got their revenge in the semis. You know there's bad blood brewing this week when Turlings welcomes in LCA this week. Home field will be rocking. Rebel Stadium will be standing room only. Two great offenses going at it for 4 quarters. It's gonna be good. Who wins this football game? Oh, good game.
You got Juwan, you got Preston.
Yeah, you got it.
You got two disciplined teams. Defense won't matter.
But
They gon-
somebody's defense is gonna have to
Yeah.
make a play.
Yeah, they, and that's why you ready to say, man, I'm gonna go with Turtles Hill.
Turlings, PowerPoints.
Power points, and they at home, and Preston Welsh is playing.
Man,
Pretty good.
what that stadium will be like is gonna
Man,
be
that student
insane.
section, that student section is noisy, man. So
Right. But at the same time, I'm gonna tell you right now that first of all, LCA and Turlings, the turf is gonna be
Wide open.
Wide open. I mean, it's just, and you're gonna have just as many LCA people there as probably Turlings people. So they travel well
that game
across town.
That's
You know.
for the 4 mile radius.
Yeah, it's
That game starts at 7. It's not. It's going to end after 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll be
Oh, God.
still waiting to do the recap show as we listen how that one
Yeah.
finishes. Gary, who you like?
I just got a gut feeling that that home field is gonna give them the edge. So I'm going Turlings.
Gary picks the Rebels. Holden Lee, who wins this football game? Why?
I like LCA.
LCA
Yep.
and Mr. Juwan Johnson.
Yep.
Okay, Holden, short and sweet to the point.
Still think that's a very good team that probably lost to maybe the top 3 team in the state in Ruston,
Team can win.
and they
I mean,
still
it's
should have won
gonna
that
be
game.
Pick one.
Hey, good, a great Week 7 game for sure. That would have been the last one on our list if it would have been Friday.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, right. You're right.
LCA gets their revenge from last year's regular season loss, Chris. Juwan Johnson makes a play or two down the stretch, and it comes down to turnovers to win this game. I think LCA might have +1 in the turnover battle. Give me the night train.
I think Turtles. If Turtles can keep Jawan in the pocket and let his arm do the job, Turtles win.
Okay.
But when Jawan get loose,
Oh, if he gets out of the pocket and starts running,
Yeah.
oh, look out. It's going to be the other way around.
Oof.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey, a great slew of games there, Week 7 Thursday night.
correct.
We got a great lineup for Thursday football for sure. We're going to keep our close eye on those games tomorrow night. We shift gears Friday night football, ladies and gentlemen. And the game we're covering this week, Abbeville and Crowley. This game is brought to you by Mr. Whip's Manifest. Keep that in mind.
Right.
Whip is from Crowley, but went in to Abbeville, if I'm not mistaken. So he's got a lot into this matchup. He made this game possible this week, so thank you to Mr. Whip for that. Abbeville Crawley. Here we go. Crawley's offense, in my opinion, against Abbeville's defense. Crawley's homecoming. You know they're going to be on a high. You know they're going to be jumping. You know it's going to be a fun atmosphere. You look at Crawley last week. They played Kaplan close. Everybody's saying Abbeville in a rout. I look at last week and Crawley played Kaplan close is something that you can look at. And now that you feel a homecoming night into it, this one could be close.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have to pick a winner here. Who wins this one?
Abbeville.
Are we picking since we covering it?
Gary, you don't get a pick here, do you? You're covering it too.
Yeah.
So it's just
You and him.
Chris and Holden.
Oh,
No, you coming too.
yeah.
Okay, who you got?
Okay. So you picking.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Abbeville. I like Abbeville. They probably go 1-6.
Hey, you gonna want me to run the scoreboard, but yeah, you forgot how I was coming. See what type of friend?
Well, I
got?
know you're not calling the game, so they don't know you behind the scenes.
Well, you're gonna say it 30 times in the thing. Well, we got hold behind the scene.
Yeah, Holden watching who's on this matchup? Katie Ann and John Curtis.
Don't worry, that was coming.
All right.
Somebody's live feed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Hey, a couple games here. We can go a little quicker, boys.
Mm-hmm.
These next three, I think we're all in favor here. Ascension Episcopal beats West St. Mary.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Catholic and New Iberia beats Delcom this week.
Yeah.
Not just kidding, yeah.
What you gonna say? Not so fast. I was gonna throw something.
Bar
at you.
beats Nish this week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
My little cousin's playing good ball, so at quarterback at Bar.
Karen Crow knocks off Como this week.
Yeah.
Crow Dome
Yep.
at the Crow.
Yep.
Iota pissed off.
You right.
I feel so bad for Pine
Pine
Prairie.
Prairie it's
Seriously.
gonna be whoa,
Iota across the
ugly,
board.
ugly.
Westminster North Central last year. This was a thriller of a game, Chris. Not this year, my friend. Give me the Crusaders in a rout.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna go with North Central.
Are you picking with your heart?
Nope.
You told us not to let you pick with your heart.
I'm not picking with my
Gary,
heart.
check his blood pressure.
My heart. I got relatives at Westminster. No, I'm gonna say this here, guys. They have athletes at North Central.
Absolutely.
Oh, most definitely.
They just
I
haven't put
agree.
it together this
And,
season.
and the thing about it is, if they can play a complete game, all 4 quarters, not just the first half.
This is the one I get over on you on.
Wow.
This is the one I get over on the top.
Yeah,
level.
yeah. Well, I mean, it could be some more down the line. But I watched this Westminster team play last week, so I'm gonna go with Westminster, y'all.
Oh, he changed his pick.
Oh,
I ain't no big.
You
I
never
just
picked-
want to talk about
Yeah.
North Central
Oh, okay.
because they don't get enough love, you know, and they got good athletes.
I mean, they don't get no love. They're right there.
Yeah, they're right
Look,
there. They're up on that.
they're on the matchup
How they-
portion.
How they don't get love? They win championships in basketball all the
Yeah.
time.
Year after year.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. PowerPoints?
Well,
You need Santa Mon to win this week.
they gonna be all right.
They're going to beat the heck out of Denham Springs.
We ain't got to them yet, though.
No, it's- It come.
All right.
Cecilia over Beauchamp this week on the road. They're scary good. They get another win this week.
Yes.
15-minute bus
The
ride.
district champ Cecilia, baby!
Eunice. Impressive win last week. I ain't going to pick against you this week. You let me have it last week and let us know what you did. And you get another win this week. Absolutely.
That was
You're right,
That was
Eunice.
that was the wild last week.
Absolutely. Eunice favored in that district.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Eunice.
Here we go, boys and girls. 5-1 Kaplan at 1-5 ERAF. Here's what I wrote down. Upset alert, question mark.
Throwing
Nope.
records out the window.
Kaplan's healthy now, but are they looking ahead? Can their DBs hold up knowing that ERAF is going to throw it 50 times a game? Can Kaplan grind out a win and win the time of possession? Are we looking at upset alert here, Chris?
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, but you can throw an ERAT record out the book when these two play.
Absolutely. It's
But,
district time.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm Kaplan rolling right now.
Coach is gonna have them ready. He's not gonna let them slack off on that.
Enoch says ERAF upset.
Really?
Gary?
Last
Nope.
week.
Kaplan.
week.
He's saying E-Rat upset because Kaplan blew out Beauchamp for their homecoming.
Enoch, I need some Buffalo Wild Wings, my man. Next time you come on the show. Holton,
Yeah.
Bring a platter.
They barely won last week. It was kind of.
but could it be
Going
one of
crazy.
those things where
No, I'm saying I won't be surprised if ERAF pulls it out.
I mean, they only put up 350 rushing yards last week and only put up 22 points. So you know they're built for.
They gonna run the ball.
Oh, they
Built,
gonna
they
run
built
the
to
ball,
run.
you're right.
I don't
Might have
think
been
ERAF
turnovers inside the 20.
What I don't think ERAF's defense is going to stop them on their offense, but I think ERAF can put up some points.
I
I like
agree.
Kaplan, but I think the game. I think it's a lot closer than some people think.
I like that. I like that. Give me the Pirates here, Chris.
Mhm.
I think they respond in a big way after last week. I think that they didn't play up to their standard, in my opinion. At home, you're supposed to go blow out a Crowley team last week, and I think they're going to respond this
Right.
week. I think ERAF and Kaplan play a tight first quarter, and I think that Smash Mouth football late in the third, fourth quarter is going to take over, and I like Kaplan here.
Right.
Across the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think Kaplan and St. Martinville gearing up next week, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
Could that be a red hot Kaplan 6-1 team? Maybe. We might have a conversation next week.
Yeah.
We'll see.
The same one will show up.
Oh, here's what I wrote down. Happy homecoming, Tiger Nation.
Yep.
Hope. Get that
Oh,
man.
there it is. Go get your tailgate spots right now. They're selling out quick. Livonia at OHS, and the Tigers did not even complete a pass last week, Gary.
No.
All three phases are going to be working this week.
Oh, yeah.
Big route, happy homecoming. Give me OHS.
Yep. Tigers.
Big time. Tigers all the way.
District
Yeah,
championship next week, ladies and gentlemen.
You're right.
You like that?
I like that.
You like Kirk Cousins said?
You like that?
Mhm.
I like that.
We have a
How about you?
helmet?
Yeah, it's
I
right
don't
there.
have them going against each other.
I got Chris sitting on the table. I
Yeah,
wanted my man to feel special.
He got his helmet
I
in
could
front
have
of
set
him.
up the matchup up there, but Kirk says OHS by 50.
Whoa! Go ahead, Kurt.
Hey, might have to get the dogs out and get them ready for Cecilia next week. I don't
That's
know what's
right.
the mindset here.
Yeah.
You know what, y'all? I like I'm just kidding. OHS.
He
OH.
wasn't even going to say the right name.
Yeah.
Is something blue on the schedule?
No, no.
No.
OHS.
Ford is a
this
monster.
He is.
I like the Amos kid.
Yeah.
He's a change of pace back for sure.
Yeah.
You're right.
He wasn't hadn't been helped in the past.
Why you ever share my stuff whenever I talk good about y'all?
When
I did play of the week, play of the game. I did player of the game, and Chris Esprit just won't share my stuff.
I don't be looking at that.
It's all good.
Tag
man.
me in it, brother.
I
Yeah.
did
Oh shit! I don't
OHS by 30 plus.
more than that.
Nah, I think it's gonna be a bigger blood.
Well, the reason I say is it's gonna be a running clock by the time they get on the bus.
They probably started it after OC.
Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. And if you want some good cooking, Donald Gardner Stadium is the place to be. Okay,
Not if
Troy
Chris
is
is cooking.
Troy is checking in. Tell Chris that tell Chris for Opelousas to play a good team for homecoming next year. Schedule Fountain Blue next year
Yo.
for homecoming.
Ooh, I felt the love on that
What you
comment.
think? What you think? You like that?
I mean, that's district. I mean, we can't do nothing about our district.
Schedule Fountain Blue
Yeah,
next
they
year.
want your team to come down, brother.
A team 2 hours away to come down. I don't think we're ever gonna see that.
I mean, we traveled to Natchitoches. That's 2 hours.
Oh, that's
Leesville was
funny.
2 hours.
Hey, that's PowerPoint's 5A school.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, let's shift gears here, ladies and gentlemen. Chris, enjoy the week.
Yeah.
Enjoy the homecoming night. I know it's good to be back home.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
So,
Donald Gardner gonna be rocking.
Who's
Hey.
playing for homecoming?
Gary, we're everybody's homecoming.
I know it seems like it, huh?
We never get by it and play. I mean, next week we're Basil's homecoming.
You serious?
Yeah. Basil, y'all did me bad.
Mhm.
I'm just playing. It's gonna be a great football game
I
next week.
think so.
All right, Bill Platt, Port Barry, a battle with 2 and 4s. looking for a big time win this week. You cannot turn the football over in this game. The turnover battle will win this game. Agree or disagree?
Yeah.
Okay. PB gotta win 3 of the next 4 in hopes of the playoffs. We talked about that earlier.
Right.
Ville Platte's speed could be the difference in this one. They're scary good if they get on the edges. Can they hold up for 4 quarters, penalty-wise, turnover-wise, and knock off the Red Devils on the road? Gary, do not pick with your heart here.
I'm not.
Who wins this football game, Chris?
I want Gary to go first.
I'm going Fort Bear. Sorry. I think Fort Bear is going to be able to contain them, and I think keep everybody in front of them, and I think Fort Bear is going to first of all, I don't think Ville Platte will be able to stop them.
Come on now, we ain't scored that many points this year.
Guess what? That's okay. I think Fort Bear is due.
Fort Bear got some help,
and they're
healthy
playing at
too,
home.
right?
They're getting healthy.
Fort Bear beat.
They're getting healthy.
Fort Bear beat Mamu.
Yes. Pretty good too.
They both beat up on Mamu.
They have athletes. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Fort Bear is going to
I
come
mean,
out on
you
top.
look at Ville Platte. They played Sacred Heart close. They played Basile close. They blew out Lake Arthur. Pine Prairie.
Right.
They
yeah.
blew out Pine Prairie. They blew out Mamu. So, I mean, I can't help you much besides to say they're stupid fast.
They're fast. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna go with Ville Platte.
If
good
coach has them focused and has that defense to where they can contain that speed, that's the key.
And that's what's beneficial about Port Barry this year. They rely on their defense.
And
Right.
they're healthy.
And they're healthier this week than they've been in a while. So I'm gonna tell you, that's what I think their defense is going to be able to slow them down enough, and their offense is going to be able to put some points on the board.
If you are a gamer or one of those competitors, if you're in the coaching staff or in the player-wise on that field, and you know, I got to get at least 3 of the next 4, and that mindset trickles in, Ville Platte's in the same boat here.
Right.
They got to get 3 of the next 4. So both teams, how bad do you want to be in the playoffs?
And
it should be the mindset.
Right, and both teams they still haven't.
This isn't a
This
This is
schedule.
not a wild card
Right.
game. This is
That's
an
right.
elimination
Right.
week. How
Right,
about
because their
that?
schedules, they either Fort Barron played Northwest, so
Right.
Ville Platte hasn't played them.
They-
Ville
Church
Platte,
Point.
Church Point, Iota.
Mm-hmm.
So they still haven't got
Right.
that. So
But what I'm thinking is that I'm gonna tell you something. And I got to give kudos. Coach Angel has turned the mindset of this program around.
But can you get their mindset to say, guys, lock in.
for 2
I
months.
need 3 out of the next 4.
Well, I mean, he's done
And the
it.
first one starts this week.
Right. This. I think he can. I think he's going to put it together. I'm going in a close one. I think Fort Bear pulls it out.
Defensive struggle.
Defensive struggle, but I think Fort Bear is going to score more.
Okay. Chris likes Ville Platte.
Mhm.
Holden?
I like Fort Bear this week.
Holden does not like to get juicy with it.
I mean, it's just
Markel Mallet,
it's the
It's the
same
difference maker?
It's basically you're looking at 2 of the same team, same situation. Just one team gonna play smash mouth, the other team is gonna run the ball. I mean speed. So, and I think the team that's gonna control the game, which is Fort Bear, is gonna win.
turnovers will win this football game, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Red Devils at home. This is where you get 1 back on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
North Vermilion Westgate. What's the update on Westgate's injury with the quarterback situation? That's what I'm looking for here, but I think Westgate wins it. Whoever's at the position.
Yeah, Westgate.
No, yeah. I think Westgate's going to
Westgate.
Brobridge Kinder. Both teams not ideal starts. Kinder burnt me twice this year. Do I pick them again? Hopefully they get it going. Tough schedules for both teams. Who wins this football game?
I'm gonna go with Kinder.
Kinder, okay. Garrett?
Yeah, I'm going to kind of go with him, too. I got a hunch.
Holden?
Yeah, I like Kenner this week.
I like Brobridge, boys.
Not bad.
I think the Tigers might come and steal a win here. I mean, Kendall's reeling 3 losses in a row, I think it is. Am I right?
Yeah, he lost.
Iowa,
Man, last
Jennings, and the team before Iowa, whoever.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
So, can they turn it around this week? We'll see. Bro Bridge on the road for myself. South Beauregard 2-4. Jennings 4-2. South Beauregard better than their record shows. They played some tough teams this year, and they're playing them close. Jennings, they're red hot. Coach Fuselier got those guys playing with major confidence. Who wins this football game?
Jennings.
Yep.
Hold.
Yeah, I like Jennings. What he's done right there, turn them around
I think
completely.
Jennings going to have something to say about that district title, too.
Well, they already got a loss, Chris.
Yeah, but still.
It's a tough task to pull yourself out of it right now, knowing that Iowa beat them.
So you got to hope Iowa lose to
Yeah.
Pick him, Jordan.
maybe a 3-way
I pick
tie in
Jennings.
the district. Yeah.
I pick Jennings. All right. 6-0 St. Charles at 2-4 St. Martinville. Somebody activate 3 Pete. After what they did to Turlings and Abbeville, dominated. They're very good. This Comet team may be better than last year, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I like St. Charles on the road here.
I think
Braden said they're just too damn good.
that's
Yeah.
right. I can't argue with that. They're just good.
Comments.
Yep.
Jake said South Beauregard with an upset this week. 5-1 Southside at 2-4 Sulphur. Can Sulphur bounce back after a shocking blowout loss at home last week? The Sharks tough in this district race. They're still in it, but they gotta keep winning. I think they keep winning. I think they're gonna wait and see if maybe Karen Crow drops one from here on out and try to beat Acadiana and make it a 3-way split. What y'all think?
I'm going Southside. with this
Southside.
one.
Southside,
Southside.
baby.
Sharks on the road.
Right.
4-2 Welsh at 2-4 DeQuincy. DeQuincy scheduled Welsh for their homecoming.
Probably got to move home.
Wow.
I can't whistle. Greyhounds playing Greyhound football here lately, but DeQuincy have won 2 in a row. Can they use the fuel of homecoming to make it 3 in a row and knock off the Greyhounds? Hey, Welsh, keep pounding away and keep stacking those wins. I know Notre Dame's in that favorite in that district, but Welsh top 2
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Welsh all the way.
Is Welsh back?
Hey,
They've
they
been
were
playing well.
they were in that 0-2
Yeah.
and turn around. First year coach over there.
Right.
I like Welsh big.
Welsh across the board. Okay. Did Jake make a pick?
I think he's skipping on purpose.
Yeah, I think he's skipping that one. Everybody said said don't even think
I
about it.
think Jake might have picked Welsh. To be honest with you.
You might have.
Next matchup, ladies and gentlemen.
Welsh.
Welsh in it, but it won't be a blowout.
Okay.
Hey, no homer there.
Hey, I like the man's got heart. The man, he loves his team. So leave it.
The fine heart.
That's it. Keep going.
5-1 St. Ed's at 2-4 Sacred Heart. Gary.
Yep.
Rivalry game. You could throw out the records. You could roll up your sleeves. This one is personal.
Right. It is.
I'm jealous that we do not get to call this game after how much fun we had last year calling that one. This is bad blood. These two teams do not like each other. When you say it's St. Ed's Sacred Heart Week, somebody's got something to prove in those two communities. Boy, they can't wait for this week. Bragging rights are on the line here. Two teams gonna go at it on Friday night. Sacred Heart got the better of them last year. Who wins this one?
I'm going to roll with St. Ed's on this one.
Me too. I think St. Ed's got what it They got the momentum. They got what it takes going on. I think they got it.
Oh,
I like St. Ed's, man. I think Sacred Heart is down this year.
St. Ed's across the board. Chris, I still think St. Ed's is trying to set up a Week 10 district championship game. Just hear me out.
With Apples Cali.
Yes.
They may well be.
I still think they're trying to set it up. I like Blue Jays getting some revenge this week.
It's gonna be home.
It's going to be a home game for the Blue Jays.
No.
Week 10.
Oh, Week 10, yes.
Next up, STM Northside, St. Thomas More, all three phases.
Yeah.
Offense, defense, special teams, JV.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And it's at home.
Yeah.
And Cougar Stadium.
He said JV.
Man, their JV team can beat many varsity teams out in the state of Louisiana.
I wonder what 5-star, 4-star quarterback they got waiting.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
They keep a quarterback.
They have them in reserve.
4-2 East Beauregard at 4-2 Elton. Brendan, I apologize, brother. The boudin was great, but on Friday night, East Beauregard's just going to be a little bit more great.
Yeah.
Give me East Beauregard. They're too big up front. They will dominate the trenches for 4 quarters.
I agree.
I got East Bow as well.
Next one here. Game number 22 on our list here. 3-3 Caldwell Parish at 3-3 Marksville. Do you go home field advantage here? Or do you go Caldwell Parish's size? The difference. I mean, it's a flip a coin type of night here. Who wins this one?
I'm gonna roll with Caldwell Parish.
Okay.
Marshville lost a couple of games they wasn't supposed to lose.
Garrett?
I want to say Marshville, but I'm like him. I think Caldwell's going to be too strong for him.
Holden?
I like Caldwell's also.
Boy, I didn't think we were going to go across the board here, but look at us, boys. Proving me wrong tonight. Let me see. My guy. He's just like Mr. Jake.
What did you say?
Going to be a good game, I'm hoping. Think it's going to be a tough one. All right. 3-3 Franklin at 4-2 Loreauville. A key district game here. Talk to me about this one, Chris. I mean, I'll turn it over to you. You got something about these teams?
Man, I don't have nothing about these teams. My guy didn't call me and let me know anything. I'm just going off of Loreauville and their schedule and who they played.
Okay.
And Franklin, you know, I look at their schedule too. So I'm gonna roll with Loreauville on this one, and it's at home.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. They're
Right.
going to be on the turf, so it's going to be.
Loreauville's losses have been very close games too.
Right.
Right.
So
I like Loreauville also.
Loreauville, for your information, we need a helmet for Loreauville.
Yes, we sure do.
That's coming from a fan in the chat. Would love to represent the Tigers.
I'm gonna call my guy out there.
We have no
No
one
connections.
from Loreauville
I'm
that
gonna
we
call my guy
that we
out
know.
there. I got a guy. He probably can. Something.
We
and
covered
we always pick them and cover them.
we covered that playoff game that one time at Loreauville. Well, that was
That's when they had the twins.
that was a great
Mhm.
night.
Who was they were playing? Kinder?
Yes.
Yep.
Holden, who you like?
Loreauville.
Loreauville. Yep. I'm going Loreauville across the board here. Loreauville gets their 5th win, stay in that district race. All right. Sam Houston, 5-1, took one off the chin last week against Acadiana. They got to head down to Lafayette that also took one off the chin last week against Crow. Karen Crow shut out. So 2 teams. 2 football teams looking to bounce back this week, get it back in the win column. Who wins this one? Lafayette at home or Sam Houston Broncos on the road?
I'm gonna go with the Broncos on this one. They had a little. They
I mean, look who they ran into.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
But, I mean, they got pretty much up the same schedule, but Sam Houston and they beat some quality teams, man.
Yeah. I'm going Sam Houston myself.
Holden?
Yeah, I like Sam also.
I like Sam Houston also, boys. This next one's kind of tricky. Tough game to pick here. It's a head scratcher in my opinion.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
3-3 Grand Lake at 4-2 Lake Arthur. Good football here Friday night. Who wins it?
Lake Arthur.
Chris likes Lake Arthur. Garrett?
I'm going to give him home field advantage. Yes, I'm going to go with Lake Arthur.
Holden?
I like Grand Lake this week.
Grand Lake. Holden likes Grand Lake here.
That's a hard one.
I'm going to go Grand Lake. Okay.
That's a good one. I just got
Yeah. I'm going gut feel.
this one's a toss up because Grand Lake's good.
I'm going to
And
go
Lake
gut feel.
Arthur,
Your next one, ladies and gentlemen. You could potentially see a district title wrapped up Friday night at Prairie Rome, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Because they got the big dogs out of the way these last 2 weeks.
right.
The rest of the way, they go in ease.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. 3-3 Church Point at 4-2 Northwest. You can wrap up the district title with a big win for the Raiders. It should be a physical ball game on both sides of the football. I think at the end, Chris, Northwest's defense and number 34 on offense, what a tailback he is. Close game? Maybe. But the defense of Northwest, the difference here. Raiders win the district title this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Northwest this week. The week I did pick them. I got burnt. That was against Eunice.
I got burned last week against Iota.
I would have picked them against Iowa because coming off a loss against Eunice and then going back to Iowa, Chris was gonna have them ready to play. So I'm gonna roll with Northwest on this week.
Gary?
I'm going with Northwest in a close one.
Holden?
As the former champion last week,
Oh, Lord.
Uh-oh, he's putting on the helmet.
give me the
Oh,
Bears.
oh goodness.
The point.
This week, baby, let's go! I like the Bears.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Let's go.
I'm scared.
I'll try to see if it's gonna come off of it.
I sure hope it don't fall.
Uh-oh.
So here
Let's
go
go.
with the Bears. I think it's going to be a close game, no
Uh-oh,
matter what.
Chris. I ain't heard nothing from him all day.
Who?
You just talk about Church Point, and man gets
Yeah.
fired up. He
Oh,
must
yeah.
have
I
a
like
he must,
it.
must have a little sweet little lady over there in Church
Right.
Point.
Man.
Yeah,
Church
it's gonna be a good game though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been a game you could have covered,
Mm-hmm.
Church Point got their own broadcast team.
but they playing Northwest.
Yeah, I know. At the point, I didn't have it scheduled, but Fool's game would have been a great district championship game to cover.
Right.
I guess I'll watch it on Bear Nation Broadcasting. 6-0 Bunky at 4-2 Buckeye. Red Hot Bunky sets up a mega game next week, Chris. Next week they set up a mega game. Defense is just too good. You cannot stop picking Bunky at this point. You got to ride the high horse right now. Would you agree? Do you think they get caught looking ahead to Gina?
I think they do.
You think they look ahead to Gina and get caught by Buckeye this week?
I'm trying to see Buckeye's schedule. And
What?
yeah, man.
Chris said you pick Church Point. He could pick Buckeye.
Yeah, he
but
sure can.
Church Point's a better team than Buckeye.
I mean, Buckeye's 4-2.
Oh God, that's just like saying another school's 5-0 because they played freaking Lafayette Renaissance.
Chris,
I'm gonna go with Bunky.
Braden said do not do it, Chris.
I'm gonna go with Bunky. Go with Bunky.
Gary,
Gone Bunky. That is the most improved team I've seen this year. Right there. Gotta say it.
Holden. Bunky. One of my favorite teams this season. Bunky. Ladies and gentlemen. Gary, is it too early to spoil something?
Nope.
Chris, you think it's too early?
Life's short. Spoil it.
Go ahead.
Well, Why not? We'll make the post again Sunday.
Okay.
Next week, live on Under the Lights. Potential 8-0, 8-0 matchup. Potential
7-0.
7-0 matchup. Potentially. Gina Bunky live on Under the Lights next week for the district title.
First time in Bunky, huh?
Second time.
Second time.
You heard that right, folks?
We might have it.
We have it.
Oh, we do have it? Well, let's do it.
We have it.
He just
All right.
want to spoil it.
Oh, man.
Hell.
I just said it a little quietly. Next week I'm going to be fired up.
Whisper.
And then we're going tailgating, Gary.
I know. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, in the
That's
Grove.
that's the fun part.
In the Grove. All right, Bunky across the board.
Right.
Next game here, 4-2 Dunham at 4-2 Episcopal.
That's God.
This is what I wrote down, Chris. I put Braden ? When you just got to turn to the expert at this point. Braden ? We'll see. Uh-oh, doghouse.
Come on.
Braden says Dunham. I've got to go with Dunham too, Chris.
Yeah, I was going.
I'm going with the expert.
I'm going with him too.
I had Dunham. I
Come
like
on,
their,
man, then we'll
I like
go.
their schedule
You can come meet
compared
us.
to Episcopal's.
Okay, Dunham across the board.
That quarterback is a real deal, man.
You're right.
5-1 Hanson Memorial at 4-2 Centerville. Two teams coming off of emotional losses a week ago. Gonna be a great district battle this week. One's coming off of an emotional ending. One's coming off of an emotional overtime loss. Talk to me about this one.
Who Hanson lost to?
Hanson lost to
Last
Degenerate in overtime.
And who Centerville lost to?
Central Catholic.
Did Centerville lose to Generate?
Yes.
Yeah. 22-0.
I'm going with Hanson.
Hanson Memorial. Centerville has 2 kids suspended due to fights last week who are starters. Enough for me.
Yeah, me too. Hanson.
Braden, how you know that?
Braden knows everything, man. He knows everything.
Man's good.
Yeah.
I have to.
He's a local walking legend. Oh,
I had Hanson even before
Okay.
there was
Yeah.
news.
I was split until that storyline.
Right.
That's why I said 2 teams coming off of emotional endings.
Yeah, but they both. One got blew out by Generate. One played Generate tough. So.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Ladies and gentlemen, is the E back?
Yeah.
Hold on. Prove it.
I think
This
they did.
is the week to prove it.
I think they did already.
I got
Hold on. I'm not done. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, Braden. North DeSoto's football coach this year used to be the Evangel football coach through the glory days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they meet up back at Evangel this week. What a game. What a moment as he will walk those sidelines again knowing the history. Is the E back? This week you can prove it. When you got North DeSoto, the state runner-ups with their highly talented quarterback, 5-1. He won 4 state titles at Evangel. Whew.
Yeah.
so
Okay,
cool stat for y'all.
Come with it.
North DeSoto's averaging over 50 points a game. Their lowest.
I mean, look what they did until they ran into Letcher last year.
Right.
Right.
Their only loss is the first game of the year is to Airline, and that was a shootout, 50-43. So, and everything else they scored was the least amount was 50 points after that game.
Well,
Right.
but and holding everything they played, they ain't stopping nobody.
Yeah.
Because the team from Texas, when they played
a
Parkers,
few of those
that was
teams.
an overtime win. That was like
Correct
40-something.
me if I'm wrong. When we went over stats leaders earlier, Evangel had the number 1 receiver in the state of Louisiana. Good old-fashioned shootout.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I watched those kids play at that 7-on-7 in UL.
We watched those kids play at the 7-on-7 at LSU.
And they young, they fast, they
I like North DeSoto. I like their offense.
It's a good pick. I
they
mean,
have.
me
They have
I just want to know, is Evangel back? This is the week to prove it.
here's the thing with North DeSoto. They have that no huddle offense,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fast paced.
Yep.
And when you score like that, you don't give your defense enough time to rest.
Correct.
Right.
So that's why the other teams always scoring fast.
Yeah.
You know, so man, I guess he gonna see them banners he put up over there.
Well, just to see if can Evangel keep up with them. That's the key. Can North DeSoto's defense stop them,
Chris,
once or twice?
that they've only given up 15 points the last 4 games.
I'm talking about well, look who they playing.
Yeah, it's true, but
But the team that they did play,
This is a mega matchup, boys.
Right.
they did. I said they beat that team from Texas 57-52.
yeah, that was overtime win.
Chris, North DeSoto or the E is back.
That team from Texas is 5-1 also.
Uh-oh. You need to read that before you make your pick. He's coming in hot.
I see it. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm making this pick on Evangel, because I need North DeSoto to lose.
Cause you need to be in that seeding purposes.
I mean, they gonna be up there regardless.
I agree.
They beat a Westgate team that was
It's got you stumped, huh?
yeah. I mean, I guess the rest of the people gonna have us all stumped like this.
Yeah. The rest of the
This is where we gonna. I'm gonna go with Evangel, y'all.
There it is. The E is back. Chris said it.
I ain't say they back, but I'm gonna just go with Evangel.
Gary.
North DeSoto.
Holden.
North.
North DeSoto. I gotta go North DeSoto. I like Braden said. I think they're a year away.
Yeah. When they get that transfer in, look out.
That they got two.
Down over, but
That 3.
well, they got one coming in from Calvary, I think.
Yeah, they and another from Captain Street.
Good God.
Look out.
5-1 University Lab at 4-2 Madison Prep. D1 talent in full display. ULab is revenge last year's loss in a big way this week. I think ULab poses a huge threat to St. Charles, but we will have those answered after this week. What y'all think?
Now I'm with you, Lab.
I think this is going to be a barn burner. I'll be honest with you, but I got to give the edge to ULab.
Yeah, you Lab. They stay consistent.
Yeah.
You know, when they lose to a powerhouse.
Holden?
ULab.
ULab across the board. I think they pose a threat to St. Charles, my friend.
I don't know about that, but
I think they on a collision course.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's a bold statement, but definitely collision.
Here we go.
Arcadia comes in 5-1, and they're gonna take a 5-1 Haynesville football team this week. Haynesville's at home with a bad taste in their mouths. Could you imagine what's gonna happen Friday night? Haynesville, big.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm over with Haynesville.
Yep.
They gotta
Holden?
Haynesville big.
get their respect back after that. They took last week.
Guys,
Yes.
we've have gone 40-something picks, and we have not locked something in yet.
Holly's pick of the week.
Holly's lock of the week
Lock
has
of the week?
not been announced yet.
Oh my gosh.
Holly went bold last week.
She's going bold this
Yeah,
week.
she
She's
going
going bold again.
Woo!
That 14-1 record last year is a huge threat this week, Chris.
What was her lock last week?
St. Louis over Westlake.
That was a hard lock.
I mean, it's not a
not one of
it's
these
not
weeks.
somebody over Pickering.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
And that was a blowout, St. Louis and Wesley.
Chris, this one might be some disagreements with Holly this week. A 5-1 Generette team hosts a 6-0 Vermilion Catholic team. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Holly's lock of the week is Vermilion Catholic Screaming Eagles over Generette. Hello, somebody. Are we locking it in?
I'm locking.
I'm locking it in. I think
Chris, you
DC.
locked it in?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna tell her you locked it in for her. Gary,
I'm going with it too. I'm going VC.
You know how I feel about them.
Screaming Eagles lock of the week. What a lock that is, Braden.
And I think honestly, I think it could be by a good bit too.
Good job,
Yeah.
Holly.
Rick gonna pop and we'll all be sad.
Oh,
Oh man, we're gonna all be talking. We're gonna all be having egg all on our face. What you talking about?
You
Hey.
and Holly.
so I got everybody's shirt sizes today, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you remember I said Whip will be at the game Friday because he's a alum, I think, of Abbeville, and he's from Kaplan. I think that's what it is. So he actually made us Holly's Lock of the Week shirts.
Oh, awesome.
So I like the Screaming Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Hell yeah.
7-0.
So no, who Holly husband picked?
Man, it's like last year, dude. That was a very good team, and this year it's like they might be better, and they
Mhm.
lost some good talent.
That's hard to beat last year's team.
I know, but look what they're doing though too.
We'll see. They got some big games coming up, starting with this week.
Right.
This is one that kind of got everybody drawing straws here out of the box, trying to figure out a winner here. Tioga's only loss this year came to Gina, boys. Franklin Parish only lost this year came to Union Parish.
Ooh.
This is going to be a 4-quarter battle. You can't go wrong picking either game here. 5-1 Franklin Parish at 5-1 Tioga. Talk to me, boys. I mean, you can't go wrong
I
here.
think these teams are identical. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with. I like Tioga.
Yeah.
Tioga,
I'm
Yeah.
going with Tioga myself.
home field wins.
Yeah, I think home
Yeah.
field's gonna give them a little
I had
insight.
Tioga as well.
Okay, so Tioga across the board. So it wasn't even that hard.
Mhm.
Y'all made it seem like it was a big deal.
I mean, I'm not saying I thought about it.
Homecoming week for Tioga this week.
Oh yeah, the Indians gonna be.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna be up.
Oh yeah. So Tioga across the board.
Man.
5-1 West Washita, 5-1 West Monroe. West Washita, I'm not impressed with their non-district schedule. It was not hard. West Monroe, they're still big brother. They still rolling this one. Give me West Monroe.
Who their one loss was to?
Who's that? West Monroe?
Yeah.
To Zachary.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with West.
Yeah, West Monroe.
Hogan?
The Rebels.
Yeah,
That was,
bro.
a bad, that was a bad loss too against Zachary.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was. It was. That was
The week
the
after.
week after the coach. Yeah.
4-2 Catholic of Baton Rouge at 5-1 Central. Coach David Semino faces his old team this week. The man has won everywhere he's been. This game has been circled for a while now, knowing the return. Big time matchup. I'm glad to see this game has meaning this year. It deserves to have a big game feel. And Coach Semino in year one has turned Central into a contender. Catholic of Baton Rouge, where he won a state title, they might have taken it away. I don't think that was the year that they took away.
Yeah, they took it away.
He's not sold on Central yet. They have played a combined schedule of 6-25. Catholic wins, says Braden.
He would know
Can
he
David
took it away.
Semino at home knock off his old team and prove Central is somebody to deal with moving forward? It's a tough task. The Bears are going to come in. The Bears are a really good football team. Who wins this football game, Chris?
I'm gonna go with Catholic, man. Them two losses put them at the top 10.
Yeah.
So they eager to get it back.
Knocks off old coach, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Catholic's gonna be too strong for him.
His 2 losses weren't bad losses either. So I like Catholic also.
You know, I went Central all day today, and then y'all convinced me to go Catholic of Baton Rouge just now.
Now Braden convinced you just now.
Yeah.
Braden did it.
I mean, I saw the record. I thought the emotional game at home could be the decider here. Central still is one for their old coach, but give me a Catholic of Baton Rouge. Won't be surprised if Central with a major window.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have mercy.
What you said? God have mercy.
Look
On
at
these
these
next
picks.
three?
These last 3 picks. Come on, dude.
All right.
Wouldn't be fun.
I know.
District
Where's my quote?
1-3A. District 1-3A. The big one up north this week.
Mm-hmm.
Sterlington has won 4 district championships. Union has won 2 since 2017. Jamarian Island. Remember the name. From Union Parish. Chris, this ain't 7-on-7.
Mm-mm.
Meet me in the trenches
That's it.
and let the 4-quarter war begin. This is going to be nasty. This is big boy football. I can't wait for this rivalry, the next chapter. Who wins this football game? It's 4-2 Union Parish. It's 5-1 Sterlington. Big time football. The big one up north.
These two teams have solidified themselves as the district champs.
Right.
And this game pretty much should be the last game of the season.
Right.
But, man, Union sticking to the script. They going to run the ball.
Uh-huh.
No,
They going to
yes.
pound it.
Sterlington, man, they good.
Sterlington, they got athletes. And just imagine from Sterlington to Richwood,
Mm-hmm.
they have Sterlington, Washita Christian, Carroll,
Yeah.
Walsman, and then Richwood.
Mm-hmm.
You cross the river down the street, you got Neville and Westwood. They got some athletes out
Well,
there.
Richwood's right there, and Washman's right here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
And Carroll,
and Carroll's over there. I mean, you can throw a rock and almost hit him.
Pretty much they all on one street.
Right. Pretty much. Yes.
Oh, man.
Tough game, Chris. Got to make a pick somehow.
Union battle tested. Union played some good 5A teams.
Who did Sterlington lose to?
West Monroe.
West Monroe,
West
first
Monroe.
game of the year.
First game, yeah.
They beat Oak Grove. And I forgot who else they
They
beat.
beat the hell out of them, too.
Yes, sir.
So I'm rolling with Sterling.
You like Sterlington?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Holden.
I'm going to go with Union.
Union Parish.
Mhm.
Okay. Gary?
Man, I'm at a toss-up for that. My heart says Union Parish, but I got to go with Sterlington. I think home field advantage is going to give them that
Sterlington at
little
home.
edge. Sterlington at home.
No, I'm
they-
just saying. Troy asked me who's
Yeah.
at home. It could go either way, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it could go.
It's a great matchup.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it
It's
is.
it's a quarterfinal, semifinal, state championship.
Hell,
that good.
they
Yeah.
played in the finals
Right.
against each other last year, huh?
Man, that was
That was
a
2
heck
years
of
ago.
heck of a football game. Just because they the same colors as OHS, Chris don't
No,
mean
man,
to
no,
take them.
no, man.
I just hope that they stay healthy, and because can you imagine this being in
I
the
bet
playoffs
you
again?
I bet you drawing a blank of who the hell that is.
We all are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could very well happen, Gary. You could very well see them again.
Remember
Yeah.
me and you found a picture of him? Of an old, or was it?
It's a little kid.
It was a little kid.
All right. Union Parish on the road knock off Sterlington this week.
Pin drop.
Yeah, that's our pick.
I think they're clicking at the right time. Give me the Farmers.
I think it's gonna be
You gotta look at this schedule that they played, man. They
close. I think it's gonna be unbelievable, dude.
Man, you talk about a game that you wish you could cover. Is that one?
Well, you're right.
I think you just throw the schedules out. And
Sterlington's got their
Pretty
own
much.
broadcast team, so if you want to watch that one, tune in.
the winner gonna be the district champ.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Hey, 6-0 Holy Cross at 4-2 Brother Martin. It ain't too late, ladies and gentlemen. You can still get on the bandwagon. Cole Cantella, the quarterback, and his receiving core, they're dangerous. Can you slay 3 Giants in a row, Chris?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, they took Curtis down. They took St. Aug down. Now, can they take the state runner-ups down and Brother Martin? 3 Giants in a row. Can they get number 3?
Who brother got the 2 losses? with?
St. Thomas More and Edna Carr.
Oh, that's not no slouches, man.
I'm going brother Martin.
Brother Martin upset here. Okay.
An upset like that, I should get 2 2 points.
2 points. Huh?
Okay, okay. Well, you could take the one from OHS and put it on Brother Martin. Gary, tough pick here. Brother Martin could very easily win this football game, but Holy Cross has proven there's something to something to be feared with this year.
This is going to be basically a big boy game. This is going to be you put on your pads and you get in there and you act like men instead of high school students, because this is going to be a outright
What are you
war.
talking
Home field advantage is going to Brother Martin, so I'm going to go with them.
Braden says Brother Martin has always played Holy Cross close. Mark Bonis has owned Holy Cross in the past as a head coach. Who you pick, Gary?
I'm going with Brother Martin.
Brother Martin, Mr. Swallow. Okay.
Just got a punch, got a feel.
Holden, how far are you on the bandwagon? Are you at the front of the trailer? Are you in the middle? Are you like hanging on to the back half?
I'm in the front because
You driving?
them beating. They had another Holy Cross team
They
from.
beat Carr. He's driving the carriage.
They had another team from Texas that's Holy Cross that is very good.
Check
They
your
beat-
comment.
And then they honestly they actually started their win streak, like proving their point against Chalmette. Chalmette was 5-1. Is 5-1.
Oh, really? Cool.
No home field advantage.
Yeah, Chalmette is 5-1. So really, it started since they played Chalmette. Then they beat.
you think.
Then they beat Rummel the week before. They beat John Curtis. So they've been beat Rummel.
How's the view from the front?
It's like me, a champion from
Good.
last week.
From last week. Good.
But
He
anyway,
wins 1 week in 3 years.
no, I won a few last week.
Come on, Holden. Who we got?
I like freaking Holy.
Holy Cross. He is on board, ladies and gentlemen.
He driving the band.
He ain't driving it unless they beat Carr.
Change the oil and everything.
And
Changing the oil?
I understand about that coach owning them, but Holy Cross got a new coach now, right?
I don't know.
No,
They don't?
I don't know. I have
JB would know how many years coach has been there at Holy Cross. Okay. I'm on board until they hit a pothole and they knock me off, Chris. So I'm sitting on the edge. I'm on the trailer, though.
I think, if I'm not mistaken,
Holden, I'm on that trailer with you.
They got
I'm
it.
looking at the back of your head.
they got a kid committed to Georgia Tech, a receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sitting on the edge of the trailer, looking at Holden's back of his head.
Hit that
And
pothole.
If they hit that pothole, I'm knocked off. But until then, I'm all on board. Give me Holy Cross.
They played some good
Mhm.
games, man. They didn't really blow these teams out
Damn,
that they
Scott was
Yeah,
at
they did.
Catholic in
They-
Iberia last year.
They blew out
Why you
Oh.
didn't catch that?
They blew out Rummel and they blew out St. Aug. That's
played. Yeah, St. Aug game.
what you talking?
They 2-4, Holden.
St. Aug almost beat
They're
Ed Carr.
not good.
Bro.
St. Aug almost beat Ed Carr.
And Holy Cross will beat Carr.
That'll be a good game.
We'll see.
We'll see.
St. Aug game.
The University of Edna Carr is still up there to me.
Carr didn't beat him by 30.
They beat them.
They didn't beat him
It
by
was
30.
what was it like 5-2 at halftime or 3-2 at halftime?
Yeah, their offense is
Yeah,
bad.
it's not good.
Hey, the big one. JT is 4 wins away. Will we see Curtis lose 3 in a row? That's the big question mark this week. Acadiana found their footing after a week 1 loss to LCA, and now they look scary good. This will be on the baseball field at the Shrine. Veer versus Fear. Who wins the trenches? Could special teams be the decider in this one? I don't know if Curtis will lose 3 in a row. It's not likely, but Acadiana, after last year's loss, when they came into Acadiana and they put a whooping down on the Wrecking Rams, it could be a very well similar night on Friday night. Give me John Curtis, Gary Swallow.
Acadiana. Fear the Veer, buddy.
Did I just pick over Acadiana?
He been drinking or he's sick, one or the other.
Last time I picked over Acadiana, it was LCA, and that one turned out pretty good.
Yeah,
Well,
this one ain't.
Gary likes Acadiana.
I like Acadiana.
whatever he was drinking, I'm drinking it.
You drinking the same thing?
I don't know.
I mean, Curtis ain't gonna lose 3-0.
That's what I'm
And if they do, then we have to start talking about this Acadiana team as one of the best big schools.
You're going to find out a
All
lot
right,
this
we're gonna
week.
find out a lot this
Yeah.
week. This game is gonna determine that.
And even like, man, I watched the game when Curtis lost against Holy Cross. That was a big game.
A tip ball away from being
Right.
4-2 right now.
Yeah.
4-1.
Man, listen, Curtis is gonna be Curtis. They gonna run. They just like when they gonna line up. It's like line up in practice because they both gonna run the same thing. The veer.
Oh, it's
The veer. It's who gonna.
Special teams, Chris.
right.
I don't think it's gonna be special teams.
Okay.
I-
Trenches.
I don't think it's gonna be trenches. I think it's
The
gonna
play
be
action.
The play action.
Okay.
Whichever one gets,
Who
gets
whichever team safety get caught sleeping looking in that backfield,
Okay.
it. Right.
and they gonna slip that tight end out, or that receiver, or they gonna flare or whatever. And
Troy, you
Yeah.
the same one that told us to pick Lake Charles College Prep. I'm not taking advice from you.
Oh.
Troy was the one that said last week
Pick
that
against them.
against them. We
And
are
they-
horrible. We can't stop nobody. They put up almost 50 points.
Okay, Holden, who you like?
Hey, Gary, who's from the 337?
Go.
Wrecking Rams, baby.
Fear the.
Beer.
That's right.
Fear the bear. I got turned down when I asked for a helmet.
Damn.
Because you picked against them.
That's right.
That's right. I did this before the season.
Wow.
Holden says Acadiana, a good old-fashioned split to end the night.
Remember a
ladies
few
and
years ago
gentlemen.
we went and watched that?
We were there a few years ago. That was some
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
That was That was.
You got time?
That was really.
Okay.
That was an amazing ball game. Whenever we watched them play
It
in
is
New
good.
Orleans.
I'm serious. I forgot who won. Did Acadiana win?
Acadiana
Acadiana
won.
won.
Last second interception
Yeah.
in the back of the end
But
zone.
think about it, y'all.
Emily's son.
Last year, Curtis
Big
had
down.
this- yeah, and Curtis had this.
State championship team.
They won the state title.
Yeah.
They figured it out, and then once, like say, week 11, once the brackets come out, where you're seated at,
That's when you can determine.
that's when you can see, okay, we got a shot. Okay, damn, Curtis got this road to the finals. They got a shot.
You remember last year how disappointed we were when Carr fell on the same side of the bracket as Catholic of Baton Rouge?
Right.
Yeah.
Look
I
at
remember.
And Catholic beat them, and then
Braden's
back
comment.
door and
I don't see nothing.
He said Curtis is very down this season on special teams, something you never hardly see.
I noticed that.
Who would know about all parts of the state?
Brady.
Yeah.
It's like-
Ian got that.
Yeah, we were in the building for that.
Yeah, we
that was
was
at East.
there.
That was at East Jefferson
Yeah.
High School.
Right.
Chris, it's homecoming week. I know it's gonna be a big week for y'all. I'm sure y'all gonna roll big, and then next week, if you come on the show, that's gonna be a great week to talk Cecilia OHS for sure.
Right.
Thank you, Miss Mindy.
Right, it will be.
Game
But
of the
one,
week.
but one
right
thing
there.
coach is not doing is not letting these guys overlook.
You can't look ahead. I said
Right.
that earlier with Bunky. You can't look ahead to
No.
Gina because
Yeah.
you got a Buckeye team that's sitting 4-2.
You're right. You're right on
He
that.
even treated this week, even with the kids not being in school, he treated like it was a regular week. You know, they practice Monday and Tuesday in the morning,
Right.
and today they practice in the evening. But you don't overlook your opponent,
Mhm.
and you have to keep those guys locked in with the same thing every
Right.
week. You know, because if you just slack up a little bit, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. You know, coaches got to be on the same page and everything. So.
One last thing before we get on out of here. State champs, state runner-ups, where are they at in the rankings? Division 4 select. Washita Christian comes in at 4 this week. Vermilion Catholic sits at 3. St. Charles sits at 2 in Division 3. Dunham sits at 9. Division 2, St. Thomas More sits at 1 and LCA sits at 3. Division 1, John Curtis sits at 11. Brother Martin sits at 4. Non-select. Division 4, Oak Grove sits at 6. Homer sits at 11. Division 3, Manny sits at 6. Union Parish sits at 3. Division 2, Lutcher sits at 3. North Dakota sits at 4. Division 1, Destrehan sits at 8. And Ruston sits at 1. As of this time this season, I say 4 of the 8. 4 of the 8 repeats this week.
Yeah.
We'll discuss it next
Yeah,
week.
we'll do
How about
that.
that? We'll put it on the show next week, a big question mark, after we see some of these teams play.
I think the disrespect from they giving Destrehan.
And number 8, whether is their schedule.
I mean, they had the same schedule last year.
They came in, they won the title at what, 3 last year?
I
Ranked
mean, you
3rd.
won, but you won it. You know, you won it.
I think they can go anywhere in that top 8 and probably get back.
Right, but I mean, as the rankings when they come out, like you on a 20-something game winning streak. So
All right, let's get to a couple of these comments and let's get the hell out of here.
Is that Nut? What up, Nut?
who have Destrehan?
Leesville, DeRitter, who y'all like?
Leesville, DeRitter?
Leesville or DeRitter?
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh.
I like DeRitter.
Leesville.
DeRitter's playing good.
Yeah, DeRitter's playing some good ball.
I like DeRitter.
Probably DeRitter. But Leesville's playing good too.
Yeah.
Archbishop Shaw in the building. I got somebody for you, week 10, Coach. JB, I got the Golden Bears coming to town week 10 against the Shaw.
Yeah.
Karen
Karen
Crow,
Karen Crow.
That's one of their non-district games.
week 10.
They're going to show in
Hmm.
2 shows, Shreveport and New Orleans.
Chris, final words as we close the door on week 7 pick'em shows and we get ready for some high school football Thursday, high school football Friday. Could weather conditions play a factor? To be determined with wet field conditions. I'm calling upset city this coming week because it's Friday the 13th. Nope, doesn't fit.
Yeah,
It's Friday the 13th, and I'm calling upset city across the state this week.
and guys, it's week 7. A lot of games will be district titles will be determined this week.
Yeah, a few. Yeah, quite a few.
Next week, but we in week 7 already. We have what 3 more weeks left of regular season, and the playoffs come in. So, like you said, this week weather, sloppy fields, maybe if it's on grass, and if turf you good. Homecomings, like I say, district games, big district games.
Big district.
Yeah,
like-
big ones.
I think the biggest one of the biggest ones, and we may not, they're not winning, but the Port Barry-Ville play game,
Mm-hmm.
and then they got after that to get in.
That's going to be key for playoffs.
And the one big district game tomorrow here in Opelousas is Point Capee and OC.
Right.
And then Friday night, Church Point Northwest.
Yeah.
And listen, whoever win that game wins the district.
Correct.
I agree.
Well,
I agree.
it could be
Well,
a 3-way
yeah.
split.
Right.
If Iota beats Church Point week 10 and Church Point beats Northwest tomorrow,
Right.
Friday.
But if Northwest win, they win it because they're gonna be
Outright.
Ville Platte
Outright.
and somebody else left. But anyway,
Who found blue plays this week? Go ahead.
It's their homecoming too.
but yeah, that game there,
Huge, like you said, huge playoff implications. Got to win 3 of the next 4 to get in for both sides.
even Lake Charles Prep and the Saints.
Yes, St. Louis Lake Charles College Prep,
Yeah.
huge.
If Prep wins, they in a driver's seat.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But if they win and they lose another game, it could be a 3-way tie. Who else we got?
Right here. By Blood Brewing.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Guys, don't be. It's gonna be a close game, Westminster and North Central.
You owe me food if it's close.
It'll be close.
Mandeville, Troy.
Mandeville gonna be Palmville.
All right, good.
Great.
Okay. Gary, final words as we close out.
Man, we're in week 7 already. Before you know it, will be the end of the regular season and then playoffs. Stay healthy, stay clean, make the games, do your best. Have a great, Thursday, Friday. And just
Shut the show down.
just have
Don't even say another word.
Huh?
Read his comment. Good night. Let's go.
He gonna try.
You're right. He gonna try, but no, just stay clean. Have a great rest of the season. Stay healthy. Enjoy everything that you're doing because it's getting towards the end.
Yeah, it is, man.
We got
Oh
one.
my God!
No,
Holden, final words as we close the door here.
I'm a OC Viking now, baby.
Final words?
Yes.
That one and that one and all.
Go Bulldogs.
Go Bulldogs.
Homecoming.
And let's have another good week of football.
Fontainebleau. Homecoming from an alum here. Hey, as we close the door here, we want to say thank you to everyone for tuning in this week. One of our smaller panels of the season. I mean, we got a lot of football talk in, though, if y'all didn't think. I think I game planned to involve the panel this week with questions. We had some blockbuster questions. If you did not see some of these responses, go back and rewatch the show at the end of it. Always available for a rewatch. Thank you to everyone for tuning in this week. You tune in and week out. We might pick you one week, we might not pick you another week, but it's all love in the end, and we appreciate what the support that we get, and you keep coming week in and week out, so we must be doing something right, Mr. Swallow.
We trying.
I want to thank my panel for sitting in with me today, Mr. Chris. Happy homecoming, brother.
Yeah,
Mr.
man.
Gary Swallow, thank you always for allowing us to use your studio here and being one of the devoted loyal ones around for this panel.
We try.
Holden,
Love it.
thank you for being with me from square one, day one, when we started this baby 5 years ago, and you're still here.
You remember where we started at?
Yes, at the
Fort Barry OC game.
Fort Barry OC game for sure. Hey, y'all want to make some picks? The rest is history. Hey, we will be tomorrow night live from Oberlin High School, Basil Oberlin, the rivalry, the next chapter. We'll see how this one plays out. Huge district implications. Friday night, first time ever, a trip to Crawley, Louisiana to cover Abbeville and Crawley. It's a special time to go and cover a new stadium.
Right.
And week 8 already shaping up to be a dandy. Let's go and have a great week 7, ladies and gentlemen. Best of luck around the state of Louisiana this week. Stay healthy. Enjoy the cool football weather that we have. Football is here. Football weather is here. Enjoy it. Before you know it, it's going to be 29 degrees, and we're going to be somewhere covering a quarterfinal football game.
In a Whataburger Park.
With a
Whataburger
recap
park-
in a Whataburger parking lot. That's right.
Hey, we'll see you at the recap show Friday night, ladies and gentlemen. But if you're tuning in these next 2 days, we can't wait to see you in the chat. From myself, Mr. Jordan Taylor, the voice of UTL, with Mr. Chris Esprit. Chris, you might as well lock in full time, my friend.
Yeah, I might as well, man.
Might as well become an UTL member. What you want to do? You want to shake on it right now?
Even if I can't be here to make my picks, I can get my picks from you.
Want to shake on it right now?
We shake on it.
Look, new member of Under the Lights tonight. Congratulations, Mr. Chris
I'm
Esprit.
gonna take Big D plays.
Big D. Big D. I think he's still recuperating. Huh?
I saw him. Saw him a few weeks
We
ago.
miss him, man.
Oh, yeah.
Get well, D.
Mr. Gary Swallow, Mr. Holden Lee. My name is Jordan Taylor. This is Under the Lights. Thank you to everyone. Once again, he does have a shirt.
Yeah.
He does have a shirt. He just doesn't wear it. He said he's going to use it for a fire to get the grill hot at the tailgate this week for homecoming.
No, man. I mean, I ain't barbecuing this week.
Okay. Hey, God bless high school football. God bless everyone watching and supporting, and God bless Under the Lights. Troy, as soon as you make a debut on the show, I got 3 shirts for you. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
And a free meal.
And a free meal.
Some chicken nuggets from Wendy's, Troy.
Chicken
Something
nuggets
like
from
that.
Wendy's. Spicy nuggets from
Spicy
Wendy's.
nuggets. Sriracha sauce, Troy.
Ooh, gotta love it.
Now here's